Yeah, nothing. You probably have to switch it to monitor and output. We hear it now, but don't mute output. Or no, actually, yeah, no, monitor only, yeah, because then you want to make sure that you don't hear double.
Here we go.
So yeah, you got it. Yeah, so you're good. Welcome everybody to the Melvin Monthly here. It is I, Mr. Grimflash, joined here by the one and only Glad. How you doing, Glad?
Doing pretty good. I won't lie. I'm a little excited.
A
Just a
little?
little.
Nah, just a little. I don't know. I'm very excited. We got a super stacked bracket here. We got a lot of killers in this bracket, a lot of new faces. We're gonna be seeing a lot of action here tonight, here in the Melvin Monthly. A lot. It's very nice. We got a lot of folks on PC that love playing this game. It's my preferred platform of preference whenever I get the chance to play the game for fun, and I'm glad that so many people feel the same love, not only for the game but also the platform of choice here as well on PC.
Oh no, most definitely. I also play mostly on PC when I play the game. So seeing another tournament be on PC makes me happy. I mean, loved all platforms. It's just my preferred one.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. We need Persona on everything. We need Persona on the Google Stadia. I don't care if it don't exist no more. I need it.
Ooh, I don't know about that one, Doug. I don't know about that one. Fighting games on the Stadia. I'm glad it's dead. That's all I gotta say. I'm glad it's dead. I'm glad it's dead.
You know what? Fine, fair enough. I'll give you that. But right now, our first match here is going to be Shimley up against Suplos. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But Shimley, I've seen them before. A very up and coming Chie player. Really has been doing a lot of work in the game. I've actually fought them once myself in tournament. I narrowly beat them 2-1, but I assure you that was not an easy fight for me. And I don't think it's gonna be an easy fight for Soup either.
Definitely. This matchup's really, really fascinating because one of the big things about it is that Mitsuru has these really good pokes and Chie has these kind of stubby buttons, but they are some forward advancing buttons. So it's not like you can't get in. It's just, it's going to be a pokes versus like, I don't know, someone trying to bash you in the head with a rock. So like, it's a little weird. It's a little weird. Can Suplex keep them out? I don't know.
I don't know. That's going to be the really big question here. But Mitsuru does have a really strong mid-range game with that amazing 5A, 5C to stop people from trying to sweep, which is going to be a very important counterplay for Soup to enforce in this match here. But honestly, I just want to see this match already. Now, the more I talk about it.
Oh no, most definitely, most definitely. Let me see.
All right. As we're waiting for this match, reminder, fellas, we do have a matcherino. I believe the command is !matcherino in the chat, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, don't have a command. My fault. We ain't rich in here, but
sheesh. No command.
No command, no problem. I'm just gonna go copy paste it in for y'all. Go support that matcherino. We don't have codes, but we do have sponsor quests. Oh, there we go. Link crossing with the Gary. Thank you, Melvin. But here we go. We're getting our match started here. We got some action beginning right now.
And actually, one of the rarer things about this matchup is actually just a regular Mitsuru and a regular Chie. It's so rare to see both of the regular version of these characters being played at the same time. Because both of these characters' shadow counterparts are very strong in their own right.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Both of them consider some of the strongest versions of the character in the game, or like some of the strongest characters in the game, period. But it is nice to see some normal representation nonetheless.
Yep. All right, so it's already on the offense. Baiting out a DP with a fatal counter. This is already a bad start.
Yeah, but it's very early in the game.
Gets the cheap grab reset.
All right, but speaking of
really Shimmy get in with the two.
Nice DP.
Hey, DP.
We're having a DP here, but speaking of the differences between Shadow and normal, normal characters do have access to Awakening. As we saw Shimley just burst and get access to that there, which is going to give them the defense modifier and access to new supers as well.
Not only that, but they also activated Power Charge. One of the best things about Power Charge in this game is that Power Charge doesn't have a timer. It's just on hits and them actually connecting. So right now, Shimley can at any moment really pop, and look at all this damage that comes from using Power Charge.
Yeah, one move from either player could just make the difference here in this round here, and already Shimley getting the staggers, baiting the DP. Whoa.
Yep. One of the great things about this matchup Chia can really do is use her pretty fast and pretty long range 2L.
Yeah, that 2A is
2A.
Really powerful, yeah.
All right, came back from fighters. My bad.
All right, here we go. Getting the combo here, and this is going to be a setup with D. Nice block.
Nice. Poking out with 5A, and it works out.
All right, there we go. Getting opened up low here, so this is going to be some nice corner carry for Shimley. Counter hit Soup. It's going to be some damage here.
Oh, this might be death. Oh, it's almost. Empty jump throw. Empty jump throw.
Yeah, we're keeping it nice and ambiguous here. Yeah, for sure. A certified hood classic at that. Really like the play from both of these players here. Let's see how Soup could possibly turn this around, or if Shimley will take this 2-0.
So notice how fast when Che really gets started, just absolutely kills you. Just absolutely, you start dying.
Yeah.
It's just one of the big strengths of the characters. Once she finally gets in, she vortexes you, and you don't even get a lot of chance to block the vortex. Once you get hit, you die. You start dropping.
Absolutely, yeah. Chie may have a bit of a hard time getting in, but once she does, she certainly makes it hurt. That is just a guarantee. Yep.
Between power charge, God Hand, and also 5D, it's just so hard to really deal with these characters' tools when she's in.
But here we go. We're seeing Soup already on the offensive here once again at the start, like they were before here. Ooh, try to go for the instant overhead JB there with the mirror.
Right now they're trying. It seems. Oh, yep, they're trying to bait out a DP too.
All right, here we go. Now Shimley's turn to get the staggers, but what a nice AOA. Making great use of those armor frames, but not going to capitalize further off of it than there. But
oh no, fatal! Oh no! Oh, Black Spot fatal kind of so bad. It's so bad.
Black Spot is one of Chie's scarier moves, honestly, in her kit. You get hit by that, you are going to see God. Oh, not able to DP the reversal back.
Yeah. Oh, one of the other things about Black Spot's actually plus on the X. If I remember correctly, it's well, I see an arrow. It's +5. If I remember correctly. Yeah, it's +5.
Insane! Wow.
+5, 21 frame startup. Very, very hard to deal with, and you don't want to get clipped by this move. You will die. All right, so let's go into the combo.
Yep, I'm liking the mirror setup here.
Nice mirror Oki.
Oh, but nice bait on the DP. Uses the super. You gotta be careful. If supers on hit or block can be super canceled, and you have to be aware of that when your opponent has meter.
So it's doing a burst just to get the advantage.
Yeah, the really smart burst here, keeping Shimley in the corner.
Can they close it out?
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. They've got to close it out. No. Okay, they got 50 meter though. They got 50 meter.
Yeah, but look how much Shimley has. And Awakening too. This could be very big damage.
No.
Oh, this is not good.
This is death. This is death.
Yeah.
This is death. Wow, that's so unfortunate.
The robbery. We just witnessed a robbery right here.
See, this is one of the reasons you really, really got to work on all of your possible routes. Because just that tiny bit of HP is all it takes for someone to come back in basically anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So overall, a great match. Luckily, the great thing about this tournament, as with most tournaments, it is double elimination. So there will be a chance for Soup to turn this around, and also quite possibly we may see them again in top 8 on the loser side. So it's not over for either player just yet.
Yep, if I were Soup, I won't lie, I'd be gunning for the salty run back. I need it. I need it after that. So
I need to see that run back too, for sure, honestly.
So here's another match that I particularly really wanted to see, and it's Shadow Labbers versus regular Labbers.
No, it's Shabris. We got to
Shabris.
Distinction, yes.
Sorry. I mean, I usually call like Shadow Labbers and then Shadow type Labbers, but you know, Shabris works too.
Yeah, let's just make sure we're clear for our players. Yeah, so Shabris versus Labbers. This is a very, very interesting matchup. The face your true self moment right here, as they would say it.
Yeah, I call this the max damage mode. Both characters are just looking to just slug really hard. And they both kind of want to slug around the same spots. Their strengths are not the same though. Definitely not the same. But they're both slugging. Once someone gets hit, someone starts to die.
Absolutely. I definitely feel like both of these characters kind of just like benefit very well from scrambles, especially like Shadow Labbers with like when you're throwing out Asterius moves with like hammer, laser, or even like 2C. Those are tools that you just have to be careful of, while you just got the other character, the other Labrys, just like throwing out JBs all over the place and just trying to lock you down in conjunction.
Most definitely. Most definitely.
So yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see how both of these players play out. Especially like one of the big things that is going to work in Jason's favor is that Shabris is has the lowest health in the game at 8k, and you know, once regular Labris gets Red Axe, you just do a ton of damage. So that could really put Killer Kitty in a bad position if Jason gets the opportunity to get it.
Yep. So one of the things about Labris that's really interesting is that she levels up her axe. Now, that's really important because once she gets to like level 5 or Red Axe, she starts doing crazy damage. And it's not because her axe actually gets buffed, which would have been really game-changing for this matchup. Instead, it's the combo duration changes. So that's really important because the bull needs 400 damage to actually be destroyed. If it actually buffs that way, then 5A could have destroyed it at level 5.
I see. Oh, here we go. Nice 8C here catching. That is a very potent like anti-air, just controlling airspace. Oh, bite setup.
Bite setup. I'll watch out for it.
After. Yeah, bite setups can be like really hard to deal with. It's really important to like enforce the option of delay tech against it, because then you make it more of a 50-50.
Yeah, it's one of the very rare command grabs that you can still act while the command grab's in motion. It's really interesting. So like the bull is doing a command grab. You don't know what Shabris is gonna do during it though. They might not even let the command grab go through and hit you with a cheap overhead during it. It's really scary. And the command grab does so much damage. Like look at that. You couldn't tell if the command grab was gonna go through or not, or were you stuck in hit stun still?
All right, nice 2C for the lockdown. Gonna open up with the overhead here, and Asterius just working in conjunction, going side by side, working as a team over here, and just doing damage.
Oh no! One more cancel to block the burst.
This might be lights out for Jason.
Oh, it might be. Oh, it is. It is.
Lights out, yeah. The shadow might be the true self, but you know, Jason cannot give up just yet. They still have a chance to fight back here and turn this around, but wow. I swear, Shadow Labyrinth matches just go by so fast sometimes with how much damage and just like raw oppression this character has at her disposal at times.
It's one of those things that makes it really hard to explain how interesting and weird situations she puts you in, because by the time I'm talking about one, another one's happened, and then after I explain that one, the match is over. It just ends.
I know you commentated the first Intel with MBM, and you said the same thing. It was so funny.
Oh, it's crazy. So one of the things too that's really, really relevant between these two characters is they both have this move called guillotine, where they spin the axe and slam it on your head. Now, the thing is, Labrys actually jails, while Shadow Labrys doesn't. And actually, the fact Shadow Labrys doesn't actually makes it harder to block at times.
Yeah, the difference between the 2-hit versus the 1-hit. Yeah, definitely like, it's a very similar tool that works very differently for both characters. Like with normal Labrys, what you can actually do is that you can OMC the first hit, which is a mid, and then go low instead.
I mean, if Jason ever gets the chance to do it.
Yeah, and Blue Axe too, this is not looking good for Jason, but still, we cannot count them out. Already getting a hit on Asterius here, so the interesting thing about Asterius in terms of like hitting him is that he works very differently from other personas where you have to hit him with like a move that does a certain threshold of damage or higher. I believe it's 400 if I'm not mistaken.
400.
Yes. Yeah, that's correct. So you have to hit him with a move that does 400 or more base damage in order to take a card.
So for specifically Labrys, the only moves that really are that, oh my god, are perfect.
Perfect, yeah. Well, too.
The moves are chain knuckle and all B moves, but it doesn't matter now. That's like just one of the things that's so scary. It's just you can't really like Shadow Labrys doesn't let up for a second. Even in neutral, you have to be afraid of Bull coming out from under and doing a fat 2C. And you just blocking it, and she coming in full screen, still plus.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely one of the scarier characters of this game. Because the other character is just like, oh, I have to play around Frenzy. I have to play around them getting into Awakening. What Shadow Labrys is kind of like all the time. There's something really crazy that could just end you. in like a second.
Yeah, for sure. But the craziness is not over yet, as we have Jordan going up against Zebo here. So this is a classic PFC match right here between these two folks here.
Yep.
And I know you've been with the PFC way longer than I have. So you got any thoughts on this matchup between these two players?
Most definitely. So the big thing about both of these players is Zebo is very patient, but he also does weird little things that can really be exploited. So one of them is he's one of the people who not pioneered it, but had multiple times where he'd do a safe jump and then not block on it and then just do the mix anyway. I'm going to do the mix anyway. I don't care if I don't care about the safe jump. I'm just doing the mix. While Jordan himself has been honestly super improving ever since the game came out. The massive changes to Adachi really forced him to change the way he played and just honestly develop way more as a player. Way more.
I mean, absolutely. He is one of NA's strongest for a reason. He's got a lot of high-profile wins, even in like some majors like Frosty Faustings, for example. So definitely a player to watch, excuse me.
Most definitely. If you're looking for an Adachi to look at, Jordan is definitely one of them. There's one thing I am definitely interested in seeing is which character Zebo will play. Because Zebo definitely also plays Monosuke. Now, from what I've seen, it's not their preferred choice most of the time, but they definitely also play the character. Monosuke is not anything to not think about. If your character loses the Monosuke, really keep that in mind if you're fighting Zebo. He could switch. Be on the switch up.
Gotta swap it up sometimes, But let's see who Zebo starts with here in this set, because I feel like you really can't go wrong with Narukami here. But we are going to see the Mizuzuki potentially, and we are
going to see Monosuke. Okay. So one of the big things about Monosuke in this matchup that is really strong, it's just not only the sheer amount of damage, but the amount of buttons he can use to contest Adachi's crazy buttons. Narukami could do it too. It's just Monosuke's last for so long. They're so active. Because most of them are two-hitting moves that take up generally the same space.
Yeah, not to mention how he can control space with his persona as well is just really something to take into account. Tsukiyomi does a really great job of just controlling a lot of screen space, especially with moves like JD and J2D that Jordan will have to watch out for at pretty much all times whenever Zebo's on the screen. But it doesn't seem like Jordan's going to struggle with that, as they already have Zebo pinned in the corner here. Got the command grab.
Nice. This with the command grab. Oh, this might be death. It is.
Just needs one more mix up. Nice DP.
Okay. It's time for Zebo to take his turn. Let's see. Oh, Zebo with the cheap reset. That was cheap. Jordan has to really be careful right now. Zebo has a lot of butter to spend. Woo!
Oh, you retreated with the JP here. Like he's giving Jordan some space. Oh, got taken out here, but
almost.
You give Jordan a little bit of space, and I really like how he's just using the JB to just try and box in Jordan and just make their escape out of the corners that much harder.
Yep. It's one of the things that Jordan heavily picked up on in this version of the game. It's just way more taking your turn and just not letting, because not that Adachi can't play on defense, but it's like, this is one of those games where fundamentally you really want to be on offense as much as possible. And that's what he usually uses his character to do, is just whenever he thinks, I think I can get out of this situation, he takes it. Because in this game, if you're wrong, you die. So why would you?
Getting your burst baited, but Zebo able to narrowly escape with their lives here and getting a combo here, gonna reverse the momentum.
All right, yep. Zebo ending with the safe jump.
No. But what a great
delay get up anti-air. That was nice.
A very smart play from Jordan, and is gonna get them a game on the board here.
So as you saw before with with Zebo doing the safe jump, he didn't really recognize that Jordan didn't get up and just went, I'm gonna keep pushing buttons anyway. It's one of the things you really have to look out for, especially in this game, is like people delaying, getting up, and still doing a reversal. Like, just the ability to take back offense in this game is so strong that you really, really want to just try to do it a lot of the time. I mean, it's like one of those, think of how much damage you take on DP, like whenever you get your DP baited, it's a lot. But if you get opened up, you still take a bunch of damage anyway. So why not? Why not?
Absolutely, yeah. Especially helps that every character in this game has some type of a meterless reversal with Furious Action.
Yep.
Like that right there, but unfortunately it's going to get blocked right here, and as we're going to see, it might cause Zebo to round here. But Jordan gets mixed.
But Jordan gets... Yep. Jordan gets a 5A on the scramble. It's almost like he didn't even drop it.
Exactly. You know, a happy accident, you could say.
Yep.
Ooh, bad DP here, and this is going to be a punish. Force to burst.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty good burst. That probably would have been... Oh, that would have been death, but it would have been very low in the Oki.
All right, nice command grab here. Not a big threat without any meter or resources.
Jordan doing a shimmy to bait out of DP.
All right, nice. Here we go. The staggers from Zebo now. And, you know, Mizuki has some of the very powerful and scariest stagger pressure in the game because a lot of it is good at catching fuzzy jump. Oh, there you go. What a nice conversion with the persona displacement into Mandala there just to take the kill.
And I don't know if you saw that, but Jordan actually DP'd the guard cancel attack. That was the start to his combo. That's a really crazy call out.
It is, yeah. If you have the reaction to DP a guard cancel attack and you can do it, you absolutely should. It's a very good way to stop people from utilizing that defensive option.
That, and also Adachi is one of the few characters that once it lands, they are guaranteed to be able to land a super afterwards. If he hits you, if he bonks you over the head with that DP, oh, you best believe Heat Riser is coming. All right. Just gotta.
All right. I see, but don't we have Hero and Beta already done? Can't we just do that? All right, so it looks like we're going to have Hero and Beta the Dark Knight coming up here. So, you know, Flood, we're going to see some action from them real soon, so we won't have to wait long for that. Don't worry, fellas.
Oh, yeah. You're definitely going to see a real interesting match of Yukari versus question mark. Oh, here we go. The actual match at hand. Narukami versus Aigis, or Hero versus Dark Knight.
Yep, and we already know Hero, one of the most consistent Aegis players here in NA at the moment. And just every online tournament they've been entering so far, they've been just doing really well and killing a lot of brackets, consistently placing very highly in tournaments into top 8s usually. And, you know, Beta the Dark Knight, a really strong Narukami player as well, has a lot of great results on their back as well. And it's going to be really great to see both of these players battling it out.
Yep. So one of the big things that Hero really takes advantage of while playing Aegis is they really take advantage of 5B. So one of the things about 5B is technically -13, but you can cancel into itself 3 times and also cancel into C and B moves. So one of the things they like to do is frame trap with the move. Do a 5B, and then you're worrying, what are they gonna do now? Are they gonna go in Orgia mode, go into an overhead? Are they gonna do a 5C? You really don't know. And that's like one of the fundamental parts of Hero's like pressure. It's really strong. Except when in Orgia mode, well, Aegis has instant overheads, and everyone's using that. Every Aegis player and their mother is opening you up with these instant overheads. They're crazy.
Absolutely, and you would think a character of her archetype would just like not deal a lot of damage. No, sir. You're eating candy for that.
And there's one that I want everyone to look out for during this is Hero DPing and then going into command grab super. It catches so many people off guard.
Oh yeah, Hero loves that command grab super, and they like to utilize it a lot. Like even if they just like have the meter to throw it out, sometimes you might just see Hero just feel like, you know what, today I want to grab you and just go for it.
I mean, it's just one of those things that people just aren't really prepared for when Hero does it. And so when Hero does it, it gets results. A lot of people don't know how to punish it. A lot of people aren't ready to get hit by a command grab.
Absolutely, and look at this, already 2K into a mix-up here, baiting the DP.
Baiting the burst too! Oh no!
Oh my god.
Dark Knight is really playing on the defense here. Even though Hero is exhausted, they do not have Orgia. They cannot do the instant overheads right now. You can see it in the little bar over there. It takes a good while for it to come back. But it will not matter, as Hero will still take it as a perfect.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Common theme with Aegis is that resource management is very big on this character. You see the bullets and the Orgia gauge there, so like all the bullets that Aegis shoots, for example, she only has a limited count that she gets each round. There's no reloading or anything. You got to make those 120 bullets count when you can, and they do a really good job of just controlling neutral. Like 2B right there, you see how much space it controls. It just makes it very hard for Beta to approach, but already Beta in here, getting the pressure rolling here on Hero.
Yep. So one of the other things that's really, really good about Orgia mode is she gets access to one of the only backdash reversals in the game. It's actually a reverse. For almost every character in the game, if they backdash, it's not good. It's not a good idea to backdash. You're just gonna get hit anyway.
Up in this game, it's not an option. But yeah, for Aegis, she's the exception when she's in Orgia mode, because Orgia backdash is a very powerful defensive tool that you need to be ready for when you're fighting against her.
Yep. Up. There it is. You see it again with the instant overheads. It's so hard to block. Oh,
there we go.
Oh, yeah, this will take it.
And the approach, this is going to be the combo.
Yep.
And already a game on the board for Hero here, so one of the most important things about playing around with Aegis is that you want to make it really hard for her to try to activate Orgia gauge or Orgia mode in neutral. So being able to just maintain the offense and not letting her activate that or pop it for free is very key to the Aegis matchup. And hopefully we can see Beta the Dark Knight try to utilize that as best as they can to minimize how much Hero can open them up with Orgia.
Yep. And there's one other mental stack that actually plays into it, is that when they're in Orgia and you put them on defense, DP actually reverses whatever their current state is. If they're not in Orgia, they'll put into Orgia and vice versa. So if you have them on defense and they're about to run out of Orgia, be ready for a DP, because they really don't want to lose. Like right now, I would DP immediately just so I leave Orgia mode. Just like Hero did.
It seems like Beta the Dark Knight was well aware of that and ready for it. As you see now, Hero has just very little Orgia gauge, so now they're going to have to kill time as much as they can in order to get it back here, but still going to use the Orgia gauge to force a mix-up here and get some nice damage. Blocking the DP and going to This is going to hurt.
There's not really any good spot for Beta to burst at all during that combo. So that's one of the other things. That's one of the things scary about Aegis too. If she gets you in an Orgia combo, it's really hard to know her in the burst. There's just not a lot of good opportunities. It does so much damage, and there's not really any place you want to burst, because it's just gonna get baited for free. You're just gonna be a billion miles away. Just gonna fly in, do her thing, put you in another mix.
Absolutely gonna block that there, but sees it to stay safe and maintain pressure. And here we go. Beta the Dark Knight still gonna have to find ways to approach here in Awakening now, so we can make something happen.
Yep. And as you saw again, Hero noticing that they were low on resources just threw out a DP just because they really need to switch it. Oh my god! Using hover. That is a rare usage of hover there. Oh, it looks like they're okay. Aegis is now overheated. She cannot use it at all. She has to block or at least not use her gear resources.
Oh, bad
auto burst. An auto burst bait with the 5C.
And this could be a round for Beta right here.
That's a round for Beta.
So yeah, you can see. Now you go. Sorry.
Okay. As you can see, this is why a lot of Aegises will just take the hit. Like, just take the hit instead of getting it, like, overheated. Notice how there was very little reversal options they really wanted to do there. Because it's just, Orgia reversal options are just so much, like, not that they're so good, it's just the added reversal options on top of the ones you already are granted in this game. Hero is really on the offensive right now. So notice the 5Bs getting thrown in here. You really don't know what they're gonna do right after the 5B. They could 5B again, they could sweep, they could do an instant overhead. You really don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But I'm really liking how Hero also is just utilizing the Orgia movement, not only in mix-ups, but also in neutral, to just traverse around the screen and just make it even harder for Beta to catch them. And unfortunately was able to take Beta's life bar, whittle it down to 0, and take the set right here.
Yep. That's one of the things that you really have to be aware of is Igus decides to really use the movement within the match is you can't panic and throw out buttons. And especially, here's another one people really don't think about. You got to be really careful running. This is a game without dash block. You have to really, really be careful because it's super easy for her to come down with JC, one of the best jump-ins in the game. And if you're running during it, that's a free combo. Be very careful while in neutral with this character, especially in Argiyama. You really don't know what she can do. She moves way faster than you expect all the time.
Absolutely. And already we got our next match set up. So the floodgates are coming, going up against Total here. So this is going to be a Mitsuru versus a Yukari matchup here.
Yep. So one of the things that's really going to be interesting about this matchup is that Mitsuru really doesn't have the same opportunities in neutral she does on other characters. It's not only is Yukari really fast, but Yukari has full screen checks. She has full screen moments where she can check you for doing so. So Mitsuru has to be really aggressive in this matchup. Really has to like push her into the corner and lock her down.
Yeah, absolutely. But already here we go. Flood Sand already doing a good job of controlling the neutral, but Total able to approach and get in here. And already trying to lock down Flood as best as I can, but Flood able to narrowly escape. Getting the counter hit confirmed. This is going to be corner carry.
Yep. All right, which SAS Factor are we putting on today? All right, silence. Cannot super cancel. Yep, and you cannot, whenever you... Oh, no! Burst bait.
It's just a bad
That's
burst
death.
point, yeah, and that is going to be death.
So one of the things about mute is that whenever you mute anybody, or silence it's also called, is you can't actually do most supers in the game. Most supers use your persona. So if you try to super cancel at all on block or try to use the reversal, you just can't.
Well, Mitsuru does have one non-persona super, so that wouldn't be a problem for her, but it's still a really bad position to be in.
Yep.
Especially because, like, one of the more important things about mute is that you lose your ability to burst while you're in mute.
Yep. So one of the things you really aren't seeing too much is how much Yukari's using Magarula. So one of the things about, Magaru. So Magaru is a move where she shoots a Garu a little bit across the screen and has 5 hits. So one of the scary things in most matchups is that a couple hits will clip you and then it will still just linger. Oh no, why would EP on offense and miss input?
I don't know, maybe it was trying to just like scout something and going for the Yomi play, but it just didn't work out in their end. And you know, now we got Yukari with the aimbot assist here. Oh, that could have been a crazy confirm. It is really insane how amazing Yukari can convert off of just any straight hits, and Flood has been doing a really great job of showing that off.
Yep. Flood definitely well adjusted for that match, using a lot more 5C and 5D moves instead of using much of Magaru at all. Simply because it just locks Mitsuru down in this position where she kind of has to commit to a 5A or just some button that's just kind of overextending, while Yukari doesn't.
Absolutely.
So,
hopefully we can see Total turn this match around here. You know, I definitely think like they just had a bit of a hard time, like just dealing with Flood's control of the neutral. But when we saw Total get in, they definitely did a really great job of just maintaining pressure.
Yeah. So one of the bigger problems about Mitsuru fighting Yukari is that it's just really hard to truly lock Yukari down. From the amount of reversal option, well, not reversal option, actually, just good reversal options she has, and how much Mitsuru not that she super doesn't want to be in neutral. It's just neutral is not advantageous, unlike other matchups. So she's always trying to advance in, while Flood doesn't really have a reason to. Flood is now persona broken. This might be huge.
Yeah, so now this is Total's opportunity to make a move. What a throw bait here. And it's going to be able to get the combo, use SB Coop for the extension. Was that a reset?
Oh.
But it caught Flood at the last, and the throw bait again. Oh, brother. Flood on their last legs here.
Yep. Flood will not be able to survive another combo. Maybe some straight hits. All right, Flood has turned it back around. Flood might actually kill with this combo.
Yeah, and they got meter too. Margarula.
No, they're killing. Margarula. And, yep.
Sniped.
Yep. Sniped.
360 no scope. There we go.
See, that's one of the reasons you really have to be afraid in this game of not being able to finish off your opponents. It's just so scary to deal with. So another thing about Magaru, which he actually just used, is Magaru itself is actually like, it's like +3 or +4, even from how far away it is. She really gets to get in if you block it. Like, and then look at how much screen control it takes up. It's one of those moves you really have to be aware of just how much neutral has changed simply because the button came out. You can't really throw out a button or you're going to trade with it. You can't block it because she'll be plus. And if it keeps existing, if she shoots any form of arrow into it, it's going to track to your location. And most characters are not fast enough to dodge it. They will block it and she will be plus.
Yeah, basically, once Yukari gets her zoning set up, it could just be really, really challenging to like try to find ways in, especially with like her amazing movement as well and her ability to convert a lot of like straight hits into like combos that'll honestly carry you into the corner and take you in for a mix-up. So both players played amazingly well here, so that's going to be Flood moving on to top 8. I don't know what our next match is going to be, if we're going to stop with the, or if we're going to start, excuse me, with our first top 8 matches, or if we're going to just like look at other games perhaps.
Yep.
So looks like we are going to dip into top 8. We're going to start with Hero and Random.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to be starting our first match with Random against Hero. So, you know, Random is literally like the last avatar, literally the last normal Naruto in existence in NA. I don't think anybody else plays normal Naruto the way Random does. And, you know, Random be going crazy on the stakes when they on that Naruto.
Random is a legacy player. Has been playing the game for at least, I think, a year and a half before the launch of this port. They've always really just played normal Naruto really solidly, and they've been making massive improvements just the entire time.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you see them play, like when you see Random play in brackets, like you will see them do the craziest mix-ups and stuff, the craziest combos you would never see before with like a Shadow Naruto on the screen. It's like you see them go for like mix-ups with like SP Trap and whatnot. It's like you don't see Shadow Naruto spend their meter that way because they're so hyper-focused on taking Fate down. But not Random. Random just wants to like play the more traditional way, mix you up, do as much damage as they can. Like if they can get a Fate kill, they'll go for it. But otherwise, just do what you got to do to get the win. Am I right or am I right?
Yep. One of the things about this matchup, though, of Naruto versus Aigis that makes it really, really scary is that Naruto actually has some awful reversal options, normal Naruto specifically, and she has low HP. Well, you got to remember, Aigis has crazy high mix and crazy damage when that mix actually goes off. It's one of the things that's really scary in this matchup is Naruto has to be afraid on defense because they can't take as many hits as other characters, and their options just aren't as good to deal with it.
Absolutely, yeah. But it's like even then, like although with meter that does get a little bit better because like SP roll is a very powerful defensive option that can be used against like a lot of frame traps in the game. But how well that'll do against like Aigis' Orgia pressure we have to see how well Random makes use of it, or better yet, just like best case scenario, don't be in that situation.
Yep. It's just one of the things that's really, really hard to deal with. And the thing about SP roll as a reversal, though, that people have to really be aware of is that roll itself is actually, there are 4 whole frames where you can get smacked up. You can get smacked up during that. And you know, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people at this point, especially from how much you play Shadow Naruto, are aware of this. And they're making block streams specifically for Narutos that want to get out of this. But unlike Shadow Naruto, Naruto doesn't really have that like strong gimmick factor to really turn it around as fast as Shadow Naruto does. Well, we'll see how it plays out.
Yeah, already Random just methodically setting up some traps here, making it harder for a hero to just approach the way they want to for free. I'm really liking like how Random doesn't feel it necessary to rush it right away, and already Hero running into a trap, and that's going to take a lot of fade off of the counter. So that counter right under Hero's health bar, the fade gauge, if that gets to 0, Naruto can insta-kill with Hama or Mudo, so that is something that Hero has to take into account, even though it's not Shadow Naruto.
Yep. One huge thing that Ice is going to have to use in this match is 5D. It is a she turns her persona into basically a parry tool. If any hitbox collides with it, it will go full screen and will make Aiga's plus very, very, very plus. And it's really good against zoning. So with Random really wants to do when that move comes out, it's just set up traps because they really can't do anything to make it go away.
All right, nice burst over here.
Nice burst. Bonus of an awakening.
I really like how Random is just
almost out of bullets.
Oh, this is gonna be a lot. This is gonna be death here. Yeah, if Hero does not drop this, and Hero does like to go for like the harder Aegis routes, the more optimal Aegis routes, and they make their damage count once they get their hits in, as we just saw right there, taking the first round there.
Yep.
All right, and there we go. Missiles on deck. That is actually projectile info, so that is a pretty good anti-zoning tool as well.
Yep. And not only that, it's pretty plus. It's really hard for most, like when it's full screen, it's really hard for most zoners to really compete with it.
What a grab. Ooh, but bad DP here. This is going to be a nice combo here. No, imagine if there was a trap right there. That would have been really crazy.
Oh, yep. All right, poison ticks. Oh, this might be death.
Oh, but Random does have burst, but does not use it at the top. Damn.
Yep. It's one of the things about the Archaea mode combos. It's really hard to place when you want to burst.
Yeah, absolutely. And the sad part about it is that Random needed that burst to hit in order to have a chance in that game. But, it's only up one round, still got another 2 to go, so anything can happen. Anything can turn around. I feel like Random was holding their own really well this game. It's just that Aegis was able to get her momentum started, and once she does get her game started, it can be really hard to stop her.
Yeah, that and also the amount of resources that Naoto has relative to Aegis really makes a difference. Naoto has to reload their bullets every time they stop using it. While Aegis, on the other hand, they actually have a huge, like 120 bullets, but they can use it for the entire match. And it really makes a difference when it comes to opportunities for Aegis to get in.
There we go, and going over the missiles, using the traps to just stall in the air. A really smart play from Random, but Hero able to get in here now, and already the Orgia pressure is going to be starting, even though they don't have a lot of Orgia gates to work with, and it's going to put themselves in overheat.
Yep. All right. I guess Hero is now way more limited on what they can do on defense and offense.
Oh, no, you do not want to do it on defense against somebody like Random, because, Random will pull out the whole bag of tricks here. We're going to see a lot of crazy stuff here. That's a safe jump.
But they forgot. People always forget the EX version hits twice. All right, really noticing the fact that JC is a really hard move for Naoto to deal with, because Naoto actually has a very lackluster anti-air, and her air-to-air doesn't really. It's not good friends with Aegis JC. It's not good friends with it.
Absolutely.
And it gets snuffed out very consistently because it's just so much bigger.
And here we go. Random was able to get Hero's fate down to 0 that last game, so it's going to go up to 7. So a fate kill is quite possibly on the table if Random is able to take all the fate. So this is another possible win condition that Random can seek if necessary.
Yep.
Oh. Now, Random able to take the corner back here now. Going to have a lot of momentum against Hero. Baiting the DP here.
Baiting the DP.
What an AOA.
Yep. And you got to remember, Trap will remove 3 fate if it hits.
Oh my god, we are just running in circles with the corner. Both players have been switching positions between having corner or not. Random definitely doing everything they could to just stay out of the corner.
Hero
trying to swap around.
Yep. Hero actually forced Random into Awakening. And this might be actually extremely detrimental, because now, look at this. Got access to their big super. Oh, this might be death.
Yep, double raid.
Yep. Double raid.
Okay. It was really smart how Random recognized that they could kill with double raid and didn't even go for the fate. They said like, "Oh, you're dead. I have everything I need here." And that's just the very smart awareness that you just see a lot from players like Random and Hero. And it's just very great to see.
Yep. one of the bigger misplays that can really happen when you're fighting a normal character is accidentally forcing them into Awakening. It's why you have to really be aware of how much damage your combos are doing. Because once they get an Awakening, they get access to, most characters get access to their best super, 50 meter. And those two things are game changing. They are game changing. And these supers and these combos are unscaled, unlike their shadow counterparts.
Yeah, shadows do have the 10% nerf on their combo damage, whereas normal characters do not. Actually, no, they do get a damage nerf, a slight damage nerf from Awakening, but it's not as permanent as like Shadow, I would say. And there we go, nice conversion right here. Gonna be able to lock down Hero in the corner. And one blight, not able to get a conversion though, which is really unfortunate since counter hit does let you get a combo.
One of the good things about Naruto's DP is actually if it does block whatever move you do, you can backdash cancel it, and that
it's clear fade. This is Shadow Naruto moment.
Yeah, this is a Shadow Naruto moment. Oh yeah.
What are we doing?
Oh no meaty Hama. I was.
Hello? Controller die? You need new batteries?
A little bit of technical difficulties on Hero's end.
Yeah,
this might...
Nothing seems amiss, Naruto says. Very accurate. There's nothing wrong. See, okay, Hero's back.
Random respectfully waiting for the person they're fighting to come back.
What great sportsmanship from Random. We should applaud them for that.
Yeah, it would be really unfortunate if they proceed to lose this round over that good sportsmanship. It would be really fun.
Let's not say all that now. Hold on. The best player is going to win.
Yep.
But the best player might just be Random right now because, you know, already locking in the corner, doing a lot of work. But already this is going to be some huge damage here.
Yep, and there it is. You really see in a play Naruto's lower HP. Even though that would have done a lot of HP to everybody, Naruto died from it.
Absolutely. And you know, Hero might not even just need that round. Could have just given it to Random for free. They don't care.
Yep. This is match point.
Absolutely. And already Hero having a slight health lead here. So Rand's gonna make something happen, but oh brother. Gonna force a burst out from Hero. I mean from Random.
But just a little bit out of Awakening though. Oh no, this might be really, really bad. Oh well, it doesn't matter now. They
had to do it. Fate.
Yep.
Fate could just turn this game around. Now it's become relatively even. Yep.
Okay, now it's even. If Random does, if Random auto combo, you might have been able to get enough meat.
How they ran under the missiles.
Under all of the missiles. Now, that was super brave. Braver than me. I wouldn't do that. I would have blocked missiles, to be honest. I've been way too afraid. But Random, they ran straight through it.
It was really smart awareness from Random, but that is going to be Hero taking the set 2-1. You know, even though the controller just like ran out of batteries, apparently, it don't even matter. Hero did not need that extra round. It's like, you know what? You could have that round. I'm gonna still beat you anyway. And that's gonna be Hero moving on to winners finals right there.
Yep.
And there we go. Now we're gonna be having Flood going up against Jordan here now.
Yep. This is a matchup that Jordan is very much attuned to playing, as there are a lot of opportunities to continue to fight Yukari. Quite a bit. While relatively, Adachi in this version of the game is not as popular. Just definitely not as popular. There are not as many opportunities to really fight this character, and not a lot of people play this character the same either.
Absolutely.
Or at least not anymore.
To the match.
In the previous version of the game, this would have been reversed, as Adachi was significantly more popular than Yukari.
I mean, I don't really see a lot of Yukari players either. It's like, there's very few that actually play in tournaments. Like, I know Flood and Thunlung, for example, are probably the two that you're going to see most commonly.
Yep.
And they both play normal.
Well, the thing is, you still get the opportunity to fight them very consistently.
That is true, yes.
It's not like those players are not around. They're very much consistently seen. So as you can see with Jordan, Jordan is not at all running against his character, so they do not have to even play around the dash block chicken running in this game, where you run and then stop just so you can kind of dash block. Instead, they're using their jumps to their advantage, doing super jumps forward. They are, as soon as they land, they dead stop the block.
Wow, what an empty IAD into command grab. Very, very nasty. All right, great 5C, just locking down one of Adachi's best buttons, honestly. That button, he displays, so that is just a very strong mid-range tool that Flood is going to have to be careful of. Because, you know, Jordan is just very good at just surgically knowing when to use that move or not and just pinpointing exactly where you are and then just making a lot happen from it. Just like right here, a lot's going to happen from this command grab, heat riser. It's just a big old damage here.
Yep. And as you can see, Jordan this entire match is not really running in. He's just doing nice, calculated jumps, putting himself in the exact right position to take the game. I mean, take the round, not the game. Blech.
It could be the game soon if Flood doesn't figure out what they need to do. But as you were saying, yes, Adachi is a character that does very well in the air. Because, you know, when you got buttons like JC, why wouldn't you want to take to the skies?
Yep. Especially when Yukari herself really wants you to stay on the ground.
All right, but here we go. Going in for the safe jump and a stagger pressure. I really like the additional delays that Jordan is just putting in, making their pressures that much more ambiguous. And, you know, varying the timings of when you do your pressure can make it that much harder to fight against.
Yep, especially Adachi, a character with a command grab. A very, very disjointed command grab, might I add. It goes much farther than you think it would.
What a bad burst. And this might cost Jordan here, potentially. You know, Flood's got the 100 bars. You know, they could cash out right here. Could OMB too if they really wanted to, but doesn't even need to spend all of that.
Yep.
Tying up the rounds here 1-1.
Flood really knowing how to spend the cash there. That's one of the things you really must really got to be afraid of in this game. Is how a lot of the players right now really know how to spend their spend the meter. Once the meter comes in, if you see someone a lot of meter, expect to really be hurting the next time they hit you.
Absolutely. Oh, what a bad DP, but unfortunately, Jordan was not able to get a punish. We're just going to return back to neutral. I really like how Jordan just making great use of just like using normal jumps, super jumps, air dashes, and the like just to find her way in. And what a great delay air dash, but first Magarula
pulling out of the Magarula.
Oh my god, but gets sucked back in. Flood said, you're not going anywhere.
Yep.
What a cross up. And going to get the side swap into Heat Riser. That 10% buff to attack and defense is going to make the big difference here.
Jordan only has to hit one more time to take it. Jordan's really surgically moving his way. Oh my god.
Oh, what a JC. That
Super
JC button is
air
criminal.
turn backwards to bait them running under them.
It may not be an overhead, but how much space it covers, it is definitely one of the best jump-in buttons a character could ask for. And having it on a character like Adachi, you know, Jordan makes such great use of it. Using it in their means to approach, using it as their means to like mix up, cross up. And it can be very, very challenging if you're not ready for it.
Yep. Not only that, but once he gets in, he really does he just staggers you really badly with the fact that he has staggers and command grab and gunshots. You're really just waiting for an opportunity to get out, and that's all Adachi's doing is waiting for you to really make that mess up, and then boom, hits you when you try to jump out of pressure, blocks when you try to DP, hits you with a nice combo.
Absolutely. Here we go. Already, what a great use of the JC yet again. You know, Jordan just swatting Flood out of the sky like a fly here. Just wants them grounded here, wants to be able to maintain their pressure here, and then just start the game. But what a bad DP this is going to be.
But Flood does not capitalize.
Yeah. You know, after
unfortunate.
That B, I think they definitely could have air dashed after and gotten something.
All right, Jordan using a burst to keep the momentum.
Whoa, what a crazy confirm again. Yukari's ability to convert straight hits is just so amazing, and already you see Jordan in the corner here. It has
he's needed no persona.
And you know, Adachi is very persona reliant, so having a status like Mew is a very bad position to be in. But here we go. Again, Jordan making great use of that JC just to find their way in and just making sure they can lock down Flood as best as they can. But Flood with the DP super. And it's going to OMC just to get the extra damage, and it's going to kill.
Yep. Look at how Flood used that meter really to just capitalize and take it.
Oh
my God! Being ready to catch it.
The jump, yeah.
Jordan is really knowledgeable in this matchup of just knowing exactly what Flood wants to do there. Not being able to fully convert, but still being able to call it out as soon as it happens.
All right.
Doing a reason for the delay tag.
And this is going to be really bad because this could be death. Oh, jumps over the command grab. Flood is still in it, but gets hit by 5B.
Jordan was really in Flood's head there, even knowing that they were going to delay tech and just immediately being ready to combo off it.
Yeah, absolutely. Delay tech is very powerful in messing up a lot of Okizeme from other characters, but you do have to be careful with it because you are making yourself vulnerable at that price.
Oh my God, look at this damage!
Oh my God.
Look at this damage!
Where did Jordan's health bar go? It's only been 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's only been It's really all it takes. One combo into one. But now he has Mandala buff. Now all of his Persona moves have debuffs, but I don't think it will matter as Flood will take that game.
Yeah, what an amazing JC from Flood right there, avoiding the grab and punishing, and probably the best way possible in that scenario there, and able to grab the kill there too. Like, amazing play from both of these players, and pretty much what you're going to see in top 8 is just like, these players, once they get into their heads and they're making these reads like this, it's like, you can just get like really big cash outs when you're right.
This is a game all about really big cash outs. No matter what character you're playing, every single character is waiting for the opportunity to cash out their meter, cash out their damage, cash out their fate, and just absolutely obliterate your health bar.
Absolutely.
Every player who's stuck around and played this game really knows that just how valuable it is to just hold onto meter. Wait for the moment to cash out and really do the damage you need to do. Or get out of the situation you're in.
All right, but speaking of situations, you know, Flood is not looking like they're in a great situation themselves. Already in the corner here, having to contend with Jordan. But that DP switching sides, though, really good for Yukari is now. Flood going to have the corner control, even though Jordan is just able to just as easily get out here and get the Heat Riser on deck.
Jordan just consistently knowing exactly where to be at the exact right moments. He is super knowledgeable on exactly where Adachi would love to be to really punish Yukari for her options.
Absolutely, but wow, what a bad drop, but still, the damage is going to still be really noticeable. And burst, Margarula, no rolling for you, Mr. Jordan.
Yep. One thing that's really scary, Jordan only has one card right now, and he really does not want to get Persona broke. So he's going to play a lot more patiently of when he throws out his Persona.
Or doesn't even need to, just able to make the JB work and just take the round right here.
Yep.
Now, match point for Jordan here, but, you know, both of these players are so evenly matched that it could quite honestly go either way here. Like, how it starts off is definitely not going to be how it ends, for sure.
Yep. So one of the great things that Jordan really capitalizes on, too, is the fact that when Jordan does have when Jordan is not about to be Persona broken, he will use his D moves that are extremely slow just because they're so plus, and he will run at a different angle than where his Persona is. So you have to make a decision. Are you going to take a card or try to stop Jordan? And either way, Jordan gets in because of it.
Absolutely. Oh, and counter hits the roll here. This is not a good position for Flood already. Has a very big life deficit here. But, you know, this is Persona. Life deficits can be just, like, turned around very easily because with the right hits can just be so explosive here.
Look at that. A D move for Jordan just so he gets in. I completely respect it. Jordan really does not want Hikari to be on offense. And because of that, he might actually throw this round because of the amount of reversals he's doing. Oh no!
It is like surprisingly really good, but yeah. That DP did cost him there, and here we go. We are on dead ass final round right here. And the match begins now. And already, Jordan off to a great start here, locking down Flood yet again. But we've seen Flood escape from the situation numerous times as we see them do it again right here, opening them up with the multiple JAs and going to swap sides here, maintaining the corner for themselves.
Silencing Adachi too while at it and doing a one more burst combo.
Oh, no, panic
And putting
doesn't
him in a panic.
You might have to burst here. I don't think you get to. Good baby.
Oh no, with the grab reset. Air throw reset.
Wow, what a match.
Flood really put him in a tornado there. That vortex was insane. I don't think there was a moment after Flood really retook it that Jordan got to breathe. That's one of the real scary things too about Yukari is not only does she have like high damage off of a bunch of stray hits, but the fact that she's putting sass effects on you each time, and sass effects can stack if you never hit her back, they stack. There are moments where you could be muted and panicked at the same time because you got hit so close to one another and you can't tell. You just can't tell which one you have on if you still had the last one on you. That makes a huge difference for a character like Adachi, who needs these C buttons, who needs these persona reversal. It really makes a huge difference that you just can't tell if you have access to them.
Absolutely, yeah. No, status can be like really, really powerful in a game like Persona, and just how Yukari utilizes it, and by extension how Flood was utilizing it in the match by just like applying mute nearly at the end of all their combos. Definitely made a big deal and kind of just like made the match that much harder for Jordan to win, but still a really close match. And I definitely am expecting to see a lot more from Jordan in losers, but I think we're going to be moving on to winners finals right now with Flood moving up against Hero right now. So this is honestly a classic matchup. Both these players fight against each other quite a lot, honestly.
Yep. One of the big things too about this matchup that really makes a huge difference is that both of these characters have the movement options. They both have the full screen checks that the other usually doesn't have to deal with too often. Not only with Aigis having bullets and missiles, like having access to them for the majority of the match, Kari has access to Magaru and also all of her arrows, making so that both of them really are being a lot more cautious than normal. Not only that, but both of them can really convert damage off of any of these things. Either convert damage or convert in the mix.
So yeah, both of these characters definitely do have like some potent mix-ups. Like, and they do work relatively differently, with Aigis being able to have like mix-ups out of the box when she's in Orgia, whereas like Yukari has some like very, very nasty Okizeme situations after she hits you with that arrow ender.
Yep. And this is one of the matches where Hero really keeps in mind the DP into command grab, as that's really one of the only reversal options you could do if you get your DP baited, as I guess, because Yukari really likes to silence or mute, really likes to hit people with mute.
Yeah, here we go. We're getting the match started right here, right now. Winners finals. This is going to be a best of 5 set right here. Already Hero in Orgia just wants to get some work done in right away here. Going to be able to use Flame Wheel, get the conversion, stabilize it, and we're going to get some nice Oki after this. And just not block the overhead.
Yep. It's not block the overhead. Tries
it.
Oh, this is not that. There is no
reset. Yeah.
Yep, reset.
It can be really hard to block Aigis once she's in Orgia. Like, I can't do it. A lot of people can't. There's no faults if you just have a hard time blocking the Orgia mix-ups. They're not reactable. So that's why it's so important to like focus more so on like making her resource management a lot more difficult and just trying to take advantage of the fact that she needs to manage a lot of these resources. She needs to manage this bullet. She needs to manage the Orgia gauge. And if you do that, that's the key to success against Aigis.
Yep. And there's one other thing that's totally you got to keep in mind too about this matchup is any moment Aigis can really just throw out 5D and just ignore so much of Yukari's full screen presence by just running behind it and having to block everything for it.
Nice DP and gonna activate the Orgia, but still Flood coming back in with a vengeance, does not care, and still trying to keep Hero out as long as they can, trying to burn out that Orgia time so that way Hero can't make much use of it. Hero gonna be forced to change back here to normal mode now.
Yep. And as you can see, Hero is really close to awakening. Flood really needs to kill here, or Hero will have access to Awakening, but it looks like Flood is going to kill with it.
Absolutely, yeah. Was just able to lock down Hero long enough to ensure the kill here. But here we go, final round here at the start. Already just Flood, I like how they're just retreating, just shooting arrows, trying to make it really hard for Hero to press a lot of stuff. Already just sniping their approach, is not going to get in for free. But here we go with the fight here. Gonna DP the mix-up, does not care.
Yep. Hero needs to get out of Orgia mode because it's almost out.
Yeah, and able to just properly switch out now, let it recover now, and just burning as much time as they can before they can activate it again. But even then, Flood is just doing such an amazing job at just delaying how much time Hero has in Orgia, which is really, really, really important in this matchup here.
Yep, not only that, but Hero is about halfway through their bullets now. If they get reset to neutral again, they might run out. But it does not look like it's going to matter, as Hero will take that game.
Absolutely. You know, Flood was doing a really, really great job of just mitigating how much damage Hero could do once they got Orgia in, but despite all of that, Hero was still able to utilize Orgia as best as they could, get a mix-up in, and just still do a lot of damage. And you know, I definitely feel like Flood will definitely get some games on the board really, really quickly, because it was only some like really minor stuff with just like trying to mitigate their approaches, like how Hero is going to approach with Orgia, for example, is really, really important to consider in your zoning patterns, for example.
Yeah. Honestly, in this matchup, I don't really think it's as good of an idea for Yukari to really be muting us on the Oki, instead using Charm to really take away that meter, take away those resources that Aegis is just spending just to get in. Well, we will see what Flood will do. Flood almost getting negative penalty, too.
Yeah, you know, that does tend to happen because, you know, Yukari has a lot of great movement options, like, especially like Flip, for example. So when she's zoning, it can just be very easy to, like, be at risk of triggering. But wow, what, these blocks were insane. How did Flood do it?
Yep. Hero bursting just to keep the momentum, but Flood coming in with a full screen clip. But dropping the combo.
For the 2B, yeah. But, you know, still going to be fine. Still going to have some great neutral control here.
Notice how plus missiles are when you block them.
All right, here we go.
Get in if you block them.
You know, missiles, you definitely want to try to avoid that as best as you can, because if you block that, yeah, it's just basically a free in for Aegis.
Oh, Flood going in because Hero is overheated and is ready, and Flood is ready to capitalize.
Yeah, and gonna just take Hero's life at the cost of it here.
Yep.
And now here we go into the next round here. Flood up again, but gonna get amazing confirm right here. What a way to start the round here. Already gonna be getting the Okizemi set up here right after. Oh, but drops the combo.
But they dropped it.
Still,
they took the corner.
Block that.
I didn't block that either.
For the burst, yeah.
They're really on the defense here.
Was forced to block the missiles. I definitely think they could have possibly used a flip to just like stay in the air longer to avoid having to deal with that.
And Hero's just outside of Awakening too. Now in Awakening has more meter to spend, and they will spend it. Best believe they will spend this meter.
Absolutely, and you know already Hero making great use of Orgia here. Gonna cash out on the damage and a mix up to seal the deal.
Mix seal the deal, yep.
All right, here we go, game 3. So Flood really gonna have to work on mitigating how Hero uses the Orgia gauge. That is still such a very core and important theme of this matchup. I cannot stress it enough. It is so important that you know how to mitigate how much Hero can use Orgia gauge to their advantage here. And you see, got the blocking right here. Can't use that Orgia gauge, but gonna have to burn it or something else. See, for movement in neutral, that's not mixing you up at least. Nice blocks here.
Yep. Hero needed to really get out of her gear mode, doing the 2B. It's one of the things you should really be aware of while fighting Aegis, is that Aegis really wants to do certain buttons when Orgia is really going down to the wire. Because getting overheated is so, like, you're gonna lose access to so much of the Aegis' strengths.
For sure, but already Flood gonna be using the time they have allotted to them. Has access to Awakening now, so you know Margarula is on deck now. Oh, Flip was not able to get through the angles of those missiles.
No. Hero accidentally crossed himself up and did the wrong conversion on.
Oh,
on
drop.
the combo.
Okay, the drop was not fatal, but next hit might just be burnt. Oh,
Magarula.
that's the mix up. Blocks the overheads, but does not block the 5A.
Might be another Magarula incoming.
I don't think so.
Magarula. Oh, whoa! But they hit. Yep. If you hit, you. Oh, if they air through.
Oh wow.
I thought they're gonna.
But missiles are still active, yeah, and that's gonna be another game for Hero right here. Already up 2 games.
Yep.
But these games have been so close.
They've been so close, and they've been happening so fast too. One of the big things about this matchup is just notice how much both characters are moving all across the screen, trying to catch each other, making mistakes with their buttons. With Igus with the bullets, Yukari with her arrows, and both of them really being able to once those clips actually land.
Absolutely. Wow. This is seriously a heated match. A great winners finals at that.
Yep.
But it's not over just yet. We got another
Hero
game
could
here.
take
Hero could take it. You are absolutely right. But, I definitely believe in Flood. Because, how Flood has been playing the matchup has just been so spectacular. You see how, they're just locking down. Hero here just trying to make it hard to approach. They did activate Orgia Gauge, but already had to deactivate it after getting hit there.
Yep. One of the big things, too, about what Flood really is doing is Flood is trying to also just make Hero waste their bullets. And that really can't come into play if they stay in neutral any longer. That, Hero could really just be out of bullets in neutral, and that takes away so many neutral options. You lose access to 2B, and that's honestly so big because 2B is what she needs to get in and out of Orgia mode, not Awake.
Yeah, absolutely. And, already, Heroes use, a majority of their bullets here, but it might not even matter here. This confirmed.
Yeah, they might.
It's a lot of, or potentially even death.
Yeah, it's death.
All right, and, Hero on set point right here. Blood is going to have to make a miracle happen here. But, not blocking here is going to be really, really, really rough here. And now, they're going to have to deal with the Oki here once again.
Yep.
They're going to be able to get these blocks on deck.
Blocking the unreactable overheads.
Blood might be insane. They might be them.
They know something we don't. That's all I'm saying. They know something we don't.
Maybe they just got the predictions. They already know how Hero wants to play, knows that they want to go for those overheads and win. And it's just been helping them out so much. But it also helps that the fact that Flood was in the corner, and it works to their advantage that you don't have to worry about cross-ups, for example, which I guess also does get access to mid-screen.
Yep. The sheer amount. Oh no, a first bait!
Oh no. This is a travesty right here.
This might be it.
The Barba couldn't even do that. What a sweep.
Oh no. Will this really? Oh, they might take the round off this.
Yep. You give anybody an inch, and Persona, they take 10 miles off of you. Just like
10 miles right there. Oh no, they did not spend the double shot. Why didn't they?
Nah, they need to go for the limits now. Magarula?
Right.
Oh, he's not gonna catch him. The hero signature.
The hero signature to close it out.
I was kind of confused. I was like, wait, how come Hero hasn't used the super much yet? And there we go. The answer to all of our questions. Hero, it's an inevitable. It's not if Hero's going to use that super. It's a matter of when is Hero going to use that super. Because, Hero is going to want to. And was one of the greatest times for Hero to use that super. Wow.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's really, it's just that move. It's such a unique move in this game. There's really not a lot of really fast advancing command grabs. The only command grab super that really advances like that is Kanji's, and it's not fast. You have to be right next to your opponent. Well, I guess she could be mid-screen, see that you're thinking about pushing a button, grabs you, does super damage, just guns you down.
Absolutely. And here we go. We got our next match here. We're going to be having Bonch going up against Total now. So Total we saw before on stream, so it's great to see them back here in top 8. Again, given another chance to go up against Bonch now, who is a very strong Narukami player.
Yep. This is very much a more fundamentals match, as both characters really have good tools to deal with the others.
We got Shameless Masher here. What a crazy name. That's some disrespect on bro's name. You gotta fix that.
Hey,
here you go.
Ain't nothing wrong with saying the truth. Oh no. Forcing himself into Awakening in a really risky way. Narukami definitely could have 2C punished that.
Absolutely, but I don't know how much you want to use 2C as a punish starter with Narukami. I don't play Narukami, but I always heard that 5C was a better counter hit punish than 2C was.
It was just 2C would go farther and actually connect, while 5C wouldn't have.
Okay, that's fair.
It is also a fatal starter. It's just 2C would have connected.
Ah, gotcha. And there we go. Bonch able to take the round relatively cleanly. They're going for the tick throw and just destroying Total's defenses here. But we got another round, and Total has an opportunity to turn this game around here.
Oh, nice Raging Lion. Now, one of the things about Narukami that's so scary is just he has so many options to open you up, and the mental stack is so high whenever you have to fight this character. You really don't know what he's going to try to open you up with. Between Raging Lion, a command grab, his staggers, his safe jumps, you really don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah, Bonch is just really great at just utilizing Narukami's toolkit for pressure. Oh, missed the OMB, but still gonna go for the mix-up here with 5D. We looking like vanilla Narukami here. Just got mixed up the way Total did there.
Oh, they both tried to throw it. They both threw with.
Oh, but speaking of
air throw. Narukami taking up all the aerial estate there. Woo.
This is me Airlines, fellas. No, you gotta have a safe flight with him on board.
Oh man, that's one of the things about Narukami. It's just Narukami. It's not that even he vortexes you really hard. It's just the sheer amount of times he tries to try to sneak something in there to open you up before you get to leave. There's so many. There's so many dash cancels. So many opportunities. And not only that, he has 5D just to reset pressure and catch people for rolling.
Oh, nice DP here from Bonch here, and gonna be able to get the auto combo here, push them to the corner, empty low, was respecting a little too much here.
Yep.
Total Bonch has Total shook here on the defenses here. No tech on the throw, gonna go for a safe jump, base the DP. Just guessing right every time. Again, I still think Shameless Masher is disrespect to Bonch's name. Y'all gotta fix that on the scoreboard, please. And there we go.
Fix on the scoreboard. That's their name in game.
Nah, there ain't no Shameless Masher. They're the GOAT. They're the champ here. Unless Total figures something out, Total could get in some work too. I know I've been rooting for Bonch a bit much, but Total's been crazy too. But they have to deal with the slew of offense here from Bonch here, which is going to be the biggest hill to climb here. But Way Roll right here going to take the corner for themselves now. Oh, but a cross up with the 2-1-4B.
One of the things I'm definitely seeing in this matchup is just Total not really using a ton of 5B. Even though it's a really scary option on defense from Mitsuru, they do not use it. And it's just something that just Bonch didn't have to worry about at all. And with them not having to worry about it, they really weren't at all trying to take many risks. They were just going to sit there. The only thing they really had to worry about was the overhead, like the throw call out. And because of that, they just really weren't really overextending themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. Bonch was able to play very safe, very calculated, and it just worked out in their favor there for sure.
Most definitely. And and one of the other things too about that matchup too is because these fighting regular Mitsuru are not Shadow Mitsuru, there's no fire under you that's just like, you need to kill her, she's gonna do a frenzy combo. Instead it's just like, I can really chill out, really bait the things I need to bait. This character, even if they do open me up, it's not gonna do that much. It's still gonna hurt, but it's not like I'm gonna just drop dead from a single time I got opened up. It's just like one of those things that really let Bonch just play way more patiently than the others would have against Shadow. Or just a Mitsuru who's taking more risks. on offense.
Absolutely, absolutely. And up next here, we're going to be having Killer Kitty going up against Binky. This is not MC Parking Lot. This is Binky signing out with us here now. You know, Binky going to be going not Kanji Tatsui, but going Show. So I don't know if they were running Show this entire bracket or they pulled out their Kanji at one point. So I guess it's just been practice for them at this point, and they were managed to get top 8 with it too. Just already we can see something very, very scary here, or potentially scary with, you know, when you see Show on the screen, he's going to be zipping and zooming with flash steps, mixing you up left and right, up and down, and all around. You know, it can be very hard to block this character sometimes once he gets in.
Yep. The only thing that is really scary is, unfortunately, this is one of Show's worst matchups. So one of the big things that makes this matchup so bad is that Show has to deal with Bull, and Show doesn't have Persona buttons, so he really has to commit to destroying Bull. And the buttons he uses to destroy Bull are extremely committal. They're 5C, and 5C is like 12 frames of startup. And just so you know, you got to remember, when he throws out this button, Shabris is acting independent of the Bull. Those 12 frames really, really matter of Shabris being able to just walk behind him or jump over him and just hit him while he's trying to hit the Bull.
Absolutely. But you know what I'm most excited for? The fact that we get this match? It's the fact that Locks can get avenged, because holy, we need that. We need a win for Team Show.
Locks can, in fact, get avenged. So,
you know, Locks, if you're watching, we gotta pray for Binky to bink all over Killer Kitty right now and get your vengeance.
So one of the big things too that is really, really good for Show in this is in the air he has Fang. And Fang actually does enough damage to get rid of Bull and is relatively fast on recovery. Relatively, by the way. So that's another good option that Show really has. But the thing is, it's just the fact that he's so limited compared to most characters with these. All these options really have to commit to destroying the Bull. And if Show doesn't destroy the Bull, Shabris just gets to run away at the game. So they have to make a choice.
Oh, already a bad start
no.
Counter hammer, but not able to get too much off of it, so which is good. Oh, but what a great 8C, just not letting Binky do anything in the air here. Laser Oki. Oh, try to dodge it, but to no avail. But speaking of dodge, second time's a charm here.
Oh, nice. See how they were doing the air fang to hit the Bull?
Whoa. What a hit on the cross-up. Insane.
And Killer Kitty really is forgetting to push D to make sure the Persona is actually blocking while they're blocking, making them lose a bunch of cards they didn't have to.
Absolutely. Oh, super reversal. No respect here from Mr. Binky.
Oh, it's my B.
What a 6C. Right over the DP.
Yep. Killer Kitty really taking a risk of just throwing out DP in the scramble. It's one of the things people really have to be aware.
Yeah, speaking of scrambles, yeah, it's really important that, like, Shabris does so good at scrambles. It's like, you could just throw out a lot of Asterius moves to cover a lot of the screen and then just have Shab just do whatever she wants. Like, oh, you want to approach with the JB? Sure, you want to run in? Sure, why don't you? Yeah.
Fight the Bull. Fight the Bull. See what happens.
Yeah, neutral is a canvas for Shabris. And she's going to paint it with your blood.
It's one of those things you really have to be careful of while in scrambles with this character. It's just, what's the Bull doing? What's the Bull doing? I don't know. I can't see it. And it's just one of those things that the risk is, wow, the laser went so high, it actually hit them.
Apex of the pillar. Gonna have to one more cancel here. But gonna be able to go for a flash step. It's a nothing?
Into nothing. They're probably trying to bait another DP.
Perhaps, yeah. That actually was probably what they were looking for by chance. But here we go. We're on to round 3 right now. Already Binky off to a great start. Going to be taking the corner here for themselves here. Going to have to block this here. Oh, base DP! You are.
He's hitting.
Holy. The dodge on that DP was
this might be death. Yep, this is death.
Wow. What a match.
Was the perfect.
We actually might see Locks avenged here. In spirit, of course.
Yep.
Winky, as Random Game says, you know, he's kind of nice. No, he is nice.
Kind of nice? Nah. This
was so
really
overnight.
is like I'm not joking. This is not a fun matchup for Sho. Sho really has to take the opportunities where he can and really take some risks to fight this character. Because when he doesn't take risks, Shadows just gets to run away and run in, do whatever mix they want to do, kill them off of like 2 hits. It's really crazy. Sho has to be really aggressive. Sho has to take risks, extend himself with the swords just to really deal with this character. Notice how round start, he's hitting a button. He does not want to be put on defense against this character. It is not fun.
Absolutely, already Shab going to be maintaining the offense here. This is where Killer Kitty wants to be because, once Shab gets her offensive game going, it can be really hard to stop. But speaking of offense now, it's Binky's turn to get that game going. He's just doing a really great job of locking down Killer Kitty.
That's one thing that people really have to keep in mind, too, in this matchup. One of Sho's greatest weaknesses is that he really doesn't like being on defense and has low HP. One of Shabris's big weaknesses is she doesn't have really good reverse and has low HP. It goes both ways. Whoever really is on defense is really not having a great time.
Oh, got hit by that on cross up. Very nasty. All right, gonna get the pressure going. Nice guard cancel attack here. Oh, but baits the DP, and that is going to be death. Killer Kitty gonna be up around here. And yeah, as you were saying, the volatility of both these characters, just how frail they are, makes these matches that much more insane and crazy.
Yep, especially considering that you have a character like Shabris who can't really do the reversal she wants to. Her basic fierce action is armored, which really lets characters cancel into just crazy things on it. And she can't do persona reversals immediately. She has to wait until Asterius comes out.
Oh, nice dodge.
That in combination with contesting the DP5C. Oh no! Oh no!
I think we got a killer.
Yep, I think we got a misinput there. One of the things that was really good about Shabris 2 in Awakening is just Titanomachia. It's so hard to deal with. Most characters really just have to not just accept that it's happening, it's just they have to really play carefully around it. They can take so much damage.
Oh, no, just 6'd right into that there. Has to be careful of that, but Killer Kitty not letting Binky get anything started. Burst, robbed, and your life bar too.
Yep. Notice how much both characters really just don't want to be on defense and want to just do their crazy mix on their opponents. It's really how this match is gonna go. It's just, is Binky on offense? All right, Binky's gonna try to play with it as much as they can to just really lay on the mix, lay on the vortex. Don't let them leave. Well, Killer Kill on the other hand, as soon as they win, as soon as something happens in neutral, that Bull tags in, Killer Kill's running in, really trying to get the mix in. Do the crazy 2 touches too. Just really trying to get as much damage as possible.
And Shab is very capable of doing as much damage. Like, even with mix-ups or whatnot, she does not slouch when it comes to damage. So it has to be something that Binky has to watch out for. But Binky able to maintain offensive momentum, they'll be able to do a good job and take advantage of Shabris' bad defenses. But that is becoming more of an if right now, as Binky is struggling to gain momentum back right here. But already gonna open up with the overhead here, forcing them to burst and burst.
Titanomachia. All right. Let's see what happens.
Begins.
So one of the big things about Titanomachia is just being in the air really negates multiple mixes that could happen in it. You really don't want to stay on the ground, because when you're on the ground, guess what? Now you're blocking high-low, not just left-right. Oh no! He got his
Unfortunately, super not gonna work. Gonna use the burst here, but Titanomachia on deck again. Now the floor is gonna be lava. Gonna need to strike a hit or land something here just to end it early, but unfortunately, it's gonna. And Titanomachia just deleting Binky here. Binky on their last legs now.
Yep. Can really go either way here. All right, Killer Kitty getting the first hit.
All right, and now just gonna extend it here for the knockdown, but gets out of the laser. Binky recognizing that it was completely fake and not messing around with it there.
Yeah. Binky really is trying to take all the opportunities they can to not be on defense because it's really, really scary to be on defense when only a single touch can really take the game.
Oh,
just like that. But they up
burst.
And yep, there's no real place that they can really burst easily. Started.
A valiant efforts for sure, but it's gonna be Killer Kitty taking the set 2-1. But you know, Binky was the people's champ all along. As you can see in Twitch chat, Binky was who everybody was cheering for.
Yep. Really, really, Binky was fighting one of the steepest uphill battles you could really someone in this game.
Absolutely.
You can't make any mistakes. You really, really, really have to go in, and once you're mixing them, you have to be right every time because if you're not right, it's over.
Absolutely, absolutely. A great match still nonetheless, and I can't wait to see Killer Kitty again. But before that, we're gonna be having randomness games against Boncho. I think RTO might be a little bit confused here, because they are not going up against Jordan.
That is, in fact, not Jordan.
That is not the match I see on challenge.com. There we go. Bonch! Exclamation point! Exclamation point!
Bonch,
Exclamation point.
It looks like Bunch has decided to finally stop cosplaying as Jordan and start playing Narukami.
I'm saying, you know, gotta take the mask off, reveal your true self, you know. This may not be Persona 5 Arena yet, but you know, those themes about revealing your face, revealing your true self, they're still there, you know.
Yep. One of the things that's very distinctly happening in this tournament, too, a very, very, very distinct lack of shadow players. Lots and lots of really just people playing the normal characters happening. And that really changes the way the game is played. Because one of the things about normal characters is you really have to keep in mind Awakening. And some people are, some people aren't. I've seen a lot of moments throughout this tournament where people are just forcing their opponents into Awakening for no reason and really just forgetting to play around that mechanic because they're so used to either fighting shadows or just not really putting people at those HP percentages because it's not the status quo as much as the status quo as it used to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely something very important, especially because like every player in top 8 actually plays a normal character. Like even Killer Kitty with Shadow, she still has access to normal character mechanics. So that is still something that every player in top 8 remaining has to take that into account in order to progress as far as they can.
Yep. Because you gotta remember, Awakening makes such a difference if you really force someone into it for no reason. Because this happened a couple times where someone's full screen and they're like, I'm gonna throw projectiles to check them. They block the projectile, they go into Awakening. Now they went from 25 meter to 75 meter, and they're Awakening supers. And then they clip them. Next time that person gets clipped, and then look at how much damage it did relative to if they weren't even in Awakening. It really makes a huge difference. And this is also, I'm prefacing this because it really matters in this matchup. So one of the things is, Naoto herself is kind of a hybrid zoner. She is a zoner to an extent. And one of the things this character really can do accidentally is force their opponents into Awakening. And with her having low HP and Cross Slash being one of the supers of all time, I don't know if you want to force people into Awakening.
Yeah, definitely something to be careful of. But I feel like Random has been playing the game long enough to understand how to play around Awakening in their favor. And even then, they could just skip it altogether if they are in a position to go for a fake kill instead. So that is also something to consider as well.
Most definitely. It's just something that everyone here should really keep in mind.
Absolutely. All right, we're seeing trap gameplay here, getting crossed up by it and going to take off a lot of fakes here, but
taking off 4 fakes.
Jump here. Oh, I'm going to cross up with the J2A. Nice. Going to work out in Bonch's favor too. But nice DP. Yep. And, you know, speaking of normal versus shadow, one of the very big things to take into account is that auto combos for a lot of normal versus shadow characters are different between the two. And for Naoto specifically, she arguably has one of the better auto combos compared to her shadow counterpart. With that second hit being a low, it is really, really amazing for pressure. And we're seeing Random make use of it a lot here.
Yeah, not only is it a low, it's -2. You can really do a lot of things off of it being -2, such as some good strike throw, good canceling into specials. There's a lot of things you can do with it being just -2.
All right, now here you go. Random taking the first round right here. Already off to the next round. Ooh, what a nice 2B. And this is gonna be corner carry into the throw here. No combo.
In the vortex.
This is not 1.1, but gets the throw baited. That could have been huge.
Yep.
Oh, what a throw!
Random, Random really taking advantage of a dash cancel this character has.
Absolutely. Oh, this is a nice combo right here. Gonna take some nice damage. Oh, this is gonna be Alder Fate and to a 50-50 right here. What is it gonna be?
Here.
Oh, we're gonna just set the trap here?
Did not capitalize.
Oh, B. Oh. Cross slash, and it hit on the back, so this is gonna be a conversion. Oh, but
he did not get the conversion. All right, now they have to really be aware that Fate is now in play, and that is
yes. GG, well played.
GG, shake my hand.
No, I thought Naruto wasn't in top 8. What?
So yeah, one of the big things about Naruto 2, when she puts, and this is all versus Naruto, when she's doing Zero Fate, you really just can't even jump anymore like that. If you really jump, be careful, because if your jump is telegraphed enough, or if it's a super jump on reaction, boom, anti-air, instant kill. You're dead.
Absolutely. So one of our fellow watchers in chat has asked, why did that kill? So just to explain the Fate mechanic, so that Fate counter right under Bonch's health bar, it starts at 13, but certain moves do reduce it, and if it's at 0 and you get hit by Hama or Mudo, instant death. No matter how much health you have, instant death. So that is another win condition that Random has access to that Bonch needs to be aware of.
Yep, and really keep in mind how the two big things about it. If there are traps that are on the ground, traps that are not on the ground. Traps on the ground take 4, traps that are on the ground take 3. Naruto really takes a lot of Fate when she hits you. It's not like, it may look like a high number, but then when you start getting hit by certain moves, you're like, what happened to my Fate? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Yes, but speaking of Fate, Bonch is looking to change their fate right now, taking of the first round here of the second game, but, you know, Random's still going to be putting up a great fight of their own here. Oh, what a great 2B.
Most definitely.
Oh, that could have been really
That would have been really bad. I saw the 5D, I saw the roll. This was almost exactly what Bonch was waiting for.
I don't know, if that were me, my life would have flashed before my eyes, be like, oh brother, I made a huge
mistake. Look at that, Random using the super cancel to force themselves into awakening, and using the command grab, because when you put someone in fear, all grabs become command grabs.
Oh, kick. Oh,
just out of range. If only she was a little taller. 5-3 activity. Oh my god, using AOA as a reversal. The very rare reversal used to AOA.
What an ingenious play from Random right here. And you already know, Random, it is such a great position. The Fate counter going to go up to 7. This is prime Fate kill opportunity here. If they're able to get that Fate down to 0, but Bonch is just running the pressure here, not letting Random escape, taking so much of their health and capitalizing on the fact that Naruto does not have a lot of health to work with. But
but both hit, leading to them now having 2 Fate. Oh, now 1. This could be really bad. This could be really bad. Oh, but nice anti-air.
First gets the extra bar.
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, now Fate is in play. What will happen? Oh, Bonch is jumping a little too much.
Touch him.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Blicked up.
Naruto with the drive-by.
I'm saying her pistol was fucking.
You can see the car.
That shit claps.
I don't even know what he said.
Random took a 2-0. The Glock saving the day here. That's gonna be Random moving on to losers semifinals. What a match.
Yep.
Naruto robbery. That was armed robbery right there. She said, stick him up. Let me get the bag. But speaking of bag, we do have a match Reno, fellas. So thanks to Melvin for pinning it for y'all. So very easy. Y'all could just look up there, click that match Reno link. We don't have codes, but we do have sponsored quests. And I urge all of you taking the time to watch right now to please go click on those sponsored quests. Go do them right now. They're very simple stuff like following somebody on Twitter or just subscribing to somebody's YouTube, and you get to add money into the pot for free, and you'll be getting these players the bag they deserve. So please,
please, we would be very, very
now.
grateful.
Yeah, please just take some time as we get set up for our next match between Jordan and Killer Kitty. So just go do that real quick. It's like 1 minute of your time, and you get to help the players out and make these matches all the more hype.
Let's see. What is our next match coming? It is Killer Kitty versus Jordan. Now, this is going to be really interesting, as unlike all of the Killer Kitty matches we've seen before, Jordan's character has, Adachi has really, really good buttons to just deal with the bull. You got 5B, you got 2B, you got 5C, you've got JC, you've got a lot of good options to get rid of bull without having to overextend yourself.
Yeah, isn't this like arguably one of Shabris' worst matchups, if I'm not mistaken?
It is not great, but at the same time, a bad Shabris matchup is really not that bad in this game due to just her sheer damage. Like even though these are really good things, the sheer damage that happens really, really, really makes a difference.
Oh, I see. So Killer Kitty coming on with the correction. No, it's even. Okay. What is a bad matchup for Shabris? That is actually something I'm curious about. Like, what is the one character a Shabris player would just be like bawling and crying that they had to go up against if they had to? Like, it's not Yukari. I know she does pretty okay against Yukari just with how Asterius works. Alright, whatever. That's a question for another day. We got another hype match to commentate and look at right now, fellas.
Yep. It's one of those things that this character in particular just really has a good, like, not lineup, but a good, what's the way to describe it? A really good ways to subvert the bad matchups. None of them are really, truly, like, it's Jover. Instead, it's just like, okay, I have to play more patiently, I have to be more careful, and I can still get my game plan going. This character still is blasting damage. This character still has crazy neutral options. And this is evenish. So one of the big things too that really can make this evenish is just how good can the Adachi really deal with the bull. And he has the tools. He has the Mouska tools to deal with the bull. It's just when to pick your opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, what a great counter hit 2B. Right here, going to be some nice damage, forcing Killer Kitty to burst, but not going to proc Awakening just yet. Probably could have just waited a bit longer to burst until they get access to Awakening, get the extra 50 bar, and get to Tanamakia on deck as well.
Yep.
But it might not even matter. Going to force Jordan to burst as well, but Jordan is going to have access to Awakening this time, which...
Now they're both at one card.
Oh, no,
but the displacement on the Heat Riser.
It's still all good, though. The attack and defense buff still comes in clutch, nonetheless.
Actually, the buff does not come out if you do not hit your opponent.
You're right. You are so right. I totally missed that. I know Mandala comes off on whiff. You get the buff for Mandala regardless of hit or whiff, but Heat Riser needs to hit in order to get the buff. My fault. Commentators don't know anything, but thank you, Glad, for saving me.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I don't be knowing nothing.
I'm saying.
Oh my god.
Twitch correct us and call us idiots. Oh my god, no tech into the fatal. What are we doing, Killer Kitty? It's time to wake up. No more sleeping in. It's school night.
Oh nah. Oh nah. Jordan's really running away with this game. Yep. Oh no. There was nothing they could do but burst.
The rage burst, at that point, because it's like, yeah, you just had to hold that, so you might as well waste your time a little bit, burst, like, send a message, be like, you know what, nah, you won this, but I'm gonna waste your time.
Yep. So one of the things too that's really, really, really game changing of this matchup relative to other matchups. It's just the fact that Adachi has JC. I cannot stress this enough. The buttons Adachi already is doing where he's doing them also just happen to, I happen to destroy Bull. It's like Adachi's like, it's time to punish. It's time to do a 2B. Oh, the Bull's there too? Cool, I'll break it while I'm there. So he's like consistently breaking the Bull, not even just unintentionally. It's just, I'm already wanting to do this. I already want to do this. I already want to hit Shabbers. I'm just hitting the Bull while I'm here.
All right, nice hits here. The momentum from Killer Kitty has just been doing a really good job of just racking up hits. But nice Jordan able to just narrowly escape right here. You know, knowing what Oki setups from Shabbers are real or not, and just knowing when you could just escape and disrespect, definitely makes a big difference in just surviving against this character or not.
Yep. Notice how close Killer Kitty is to Persona breaking already.
Oh, nice.
Oh my god, the pressure.
Here, and it's gonna cost.
Oh no!
Oh,
Fatal starter. It might be over. It might be over.
Just
oh no!
The corner and JC.
No JC.
Wow. What a round right here. And you know, Jordan on set point right here. Killer Kitty's gonna have to make something happen here now.
Yep.
Nice 5C just to break the Bull. Oh, no block on Guillotine. Not good, but already pinned down in the corner here. Jordan's going to need to find a way out. Just needs to survive the onslaught. But
he didn't block the low. The second of the DP's a low, guys. You got to block it.
You know, yeah, we go crazy about the first hit of his overhead being, of his DP, excuse me, being overhead. But the second hit is a low, so you got to protect the Jace too right after.
Whoa, run up DB on Tatanamakia.
Insanity.
I can't blame him. He doesn't want to deal with it. I wouldn't either.
Setup. Ouch. And it's going to cost Killer Kitty severely here, as Jordan going to be taking the set 2-0 here.
Yep. See, one of Jordan's game plans that really is great. It's just Jordan is really aggressive, just not really letting his opponents get started with their weird, crazy game plans. He's just running in. I'm using my C normals when I need to. I'm surgically placing myself exactly where I need to be. And boom, he stays on offense. And when he's on defense, he's trying to get out of there as fast as possible. Doesn't mean he's taking all the risky options. It just means he's not sitting there. He's not sitting there waiting to get hit by a cheap overhead. He's trying to get out of there. He's trying to make it his turn. And once he makes his turn, he tries to keep it his turn. He tries to open you up. He tries to make you do something that will either make you stay in pressure or get opened up.
Absolutely, yeah. No, you know, the sheer precision from Jordan's play is just plays a really big role in just like how amazing Jordan is as a player overall and how well they've been able to do in this tournament. And, you know, we got another very clean player here, Random. You know, we've seen a lot of play from them already. Their Naruto is insane. And, you know, if they have to go down and dirty to get the win, by all means, they will do it. They will go for the fake kill. Y'all may boo and who, but we don't care. It's about getting that W. You know, if you're going to let that gun clap, you got to let that gun clap, you know.
This matchup is very much a matchup that's very not bad, but it's one that like Naoto really doesn't like the position she's put in during it. The sheer size of JC relative to Naoto's anti-air is really devastating at times, where Naoto will just try to anti-air and just get clipped by that move. She really just has to really use Blight. And the thing is, not that Blight is bad, it's just, it would be so much better to be able to use a button not only anti-airs, but also is air unblockable.
All right, here we go. Blights off to a great start. So yeah, one thing about this matchup that's going to be really big is that dealing with JC is that Naoto's 2B is comically not that great because it's very short. So Blight becomes a very important anti-air that Random is going to have to make use of. But speaking of JC, what a nice cross-up here from Jordan. Going to be able to get the Heat Riser on deck here. So this is already going to become a lot harder to deal with as that defense modifier. What? How much damage Random can do? And Poultry, 700 damage on that conversion. See, that 10% comes in handy.
Yep. It's So one of the big things too about Blight that it doesn't mean Blight is bad. It's just Blight has a sour spot. It has a sour spot, and it's like one of those things that this character has to deal with that most characters don't. She has to make the decision of, am I going to do the anti-air unblockable because they're going to be right there, or am I going to do Blight because Blight takes up so much like screen control? No, most characters don't have to make that decision. They just have an anti. Either does like usually does both. It doesn't like falter that badly.
Absolutely, but you know, Naruto still does a really good job of just controlling space, but it doesn't really matter for Jordan here, as despite all of that, Jordan was able to very quickly and easily just get in, apply the pressure, and take Random out. Execution here.
And as you can see, really, the D buttons, and not only the D and C buttons that Adachi has are just really not things Naruto really wants to deal with. When she's like setting her stuff up, she like really has to think, okay, well, what am I gonna do when he 2Ds or 5Ds while she's placing a trap? There's really not much she can do except that it's going to happen, and Adachi's gonna get in. And that's just where the game is now.
All right, here we go. Random, just like playing it relatively slow, trying to control as much space as I can, but nice block on the board play. That is one of the burst zoning tool, anti-zoning tools that Random needs to be aware of here. Face the DP, whoa.
Oh no, oh yeah.
What a great burst point
Using
here.
the burst to take the corner back.
And now Random gonna go for the stage. What a block on the way, yeah, and gonna get punished for it. You know, AOA, great universal overhead to just like catch people who are sleeping, but it gets blocked. It can just be a bad game for you.
Yep.
All right, nice Blight here. Gonna be able to get the combo, but drops it.
Oh no, but they dropped it.
Oh,
landing fear.
Has to be careful, but Random able to play that properly here. Oh no, no raid?
Nope.
I guess
No
he dropped
persona.
the meter.
Oh wait, no, they didn't get persona.
No, Jordan did get persona broken. And
Yep,
now we get
here's
the
the raid.
but it's gonna kill.
It is not gonna kill. It is not gonna kill you.
For a second, my fault.
So now the thing that really is scary is just Random and
Almost got the conversion.
Almost.
That could have been a horror show right there for Jordan.
But the
answer.
answer. Yep, and you see, it's situations like that where you do use the 2B and you can't use Blight. Blight would have not been able to land. Well, it would have, but it would have been way more risky than just a simple 2B. Jordan with the crouch confirms.
All right. Nice, great use of the jumping over there just to get the better positioning, but Jordan's not going to care with that amazing counter hit 2B. You know, Adachi's 2B might be suspect, but when it hits counter hit especially, it can just be so crazy.
No. Oh no, but Random fails to do the get. Oh, wait, actually no, that was flushable.
I really like how Jordan uses just 2C at the right moments to just catch people trying to take to the skies, especially with its like air unblockable property on the first half of the move. It could just be a really scary way to just catch people who want to just press up on their stick.
Yep.
All right.
Oh
nice
my God! Look at how much Fate is go. Look at the Fate taking down alongside the damage.
Might be such a joke here if Jordan is not ready. Already in Awakening though. This is going to be big, but gets counter hit by the 5B.
He's got to be careful. He is at 0 Fate now.
And no persona. This is a really bad position for Jordan to be, but it's going to have to make it work.
Persona-less combos.
Killing time as best as it can. Going to get the safe jump here. I guess a persona just in time for the JC cross up into O1B. Right. Going to have to force up.
Random does have a burst.
Oh, but I don't think they're going to get to use it. Yeah.
They will.
Oh, gonna gold burst?
Gold burst. Oh,
not
the accidental 5D.
Not the Zeo.
Oh no.
What? That was a huge fumble.
Yep.
Ooh, hopefully we don't make any silly mistakes like that again. But yeah, that was super duper close. Wow.
Yep.
It's like this match can honestly go either way. I know both these players been playing a lot because, you know, both of them are PFC old heads essentially. So they've been with us for quite some time.
Yep. Random was actually one of the first members of the PFC. Very, very, very early into the life of PFC.
PFC founder here, Random.
All right, wake up with the Gold Burst. One of the
nice
big things
TP.
about Gold Burst is it replenishes your Persona cards. And that could really make a difference in a lot of matchups. Of my Persona's almost over, I'm gonna Gold Burst. Also, Gold Burst is plus. It is your turn if your opponent blocks it. And Random's looking to Jordan with the wake up 5D.
Yeah, I just did not care. I ain't blocking today.
Random with the really greedy burst too. Bursting as soon as they got hit.
And it might not work out in their favor here. Oh, but yep, they got hit.
Yep, they got hit. That's one of the things about momentum bursts that really happen is if you don't take that momentum back, it feels like it was all for nothing.
All right, nice DP on the purple blade there. Yeah. All right, and just getting the pressure going, just keeping it nice and simple. I really like how Random just retreated right after, set up the trap. Like, don't play too risky. Just make it more risky for the opponent to approach them. But speaking of which, what a bait on the DP.
Yep.
And air throw reset.
Throw reset.
And got caught mashing. You know,
Yep.
now we're on the dead ass final round here. This where the game begins now, and where it ends as well. Got caught running. Where are you going? I said freeze, officer.
One of the really big things about... Sorry?
You were going?
One of the big things that's really happening right now is just really Random and Jordan really are trying to get their game plan started relative to the other one. And it looks like Random first.
Oh, no.
Jordan's at 0 fate, and he accidentally air tagged.
No! They almost got into the Mudo. That was so
almost.
You know, Mudo is air unblockable for those who don't know. So
It is air unblockable.
Landed on that would have been a catastrophe.
All right, Jordan now has access to all of his Magatsu buffs, so that really will make a difference if any C moves land. If any Persona moves land, you're going to be seeing a whole bunch of status effects.
Oh, yeah.
Like this.
Oh, but last chance and DP.
But he doesn't block the DP!
That was the make or break right there. Blocking the Adachi DP. Nobody does it.
Nobody does it. You guys also got to remember, all of his lows are not all of his lows are reactable. It's just 2A is not a low.
Okay, so we got word from Jordan. That 5D in the second game was DP. You know, I believe.
No, I know. I've suffered the same fate. I know that feeling of I DP'd there. 5D. Oof.
All right, you know,
we're gonna be seeing a nice run back here.
Yeah, round 2 here, but this time it's going to be first to 3. So there's more opportunities for Jordan to adapt here this time. And, you know, Jordan definitely already has some stuff from the last game that they can utilize. And also just like Jordan is just a very strong player when it comes to adaptation as well. So this is definitely
Alright, so it looked like my Discord crashed, so we're gonna be a second without commentary. As soon as Discord wants to open.
But yeah, it really can't just go either way, because you could, if you remember from the last set that happened, it really was close. It wasn't 2-0, it was 2-1, and a really close 2-1 at that. Jordan really is used to fighting Yukari and is pretty good at fighting
the stream. Yes, but we need the stream. The game is starting right now. We cannot see anything. All right, there we go. Now we have eyes on the game, and we are seeing Blood pressuring Jordan here already at the start. Okay, no, here we go. Already getting the auto combo here. And what a DP here from Jordan.
Yep. Jordan using his 5D to really just take neutral. He does not want to be in. He wants it to be his turn now. Most of Jordan's game plan really is just sitting there, waiting for the right moment in between her throwing arrows to just do a nice specific jump to be right in the right place in the right time. And the JC will just clip her, even if she blocks it. This whole neutral game is over if that happens.
Absolutely. Oh, there we go. Nice SB arrows into here. Gonna force
That was a good burst. That could have that would have been death.
No, it's an amazing burst because, you know, right at the awakening point here, so you get to maximize all your awakening health. And, you know, Jordan already has the Heat Riser buff, but if they really want to, they can go for Mandala as well. But with how little health Flood has, that might not even be necessary.
Yep. Honestly, Jordan might actually up.
Oh, but Margarula conversion?
Let's see the HP difference because time is almost up.
Oh, but Jordan gonna have the life lead now, so Flood is the one that needs to take some risks here. With 5 seconds on the
Jordan
clock.
is abusing the fact that he.
Oh no!
That's
What?
that was not it.
It froze the timer. Ain't no way it freezes the timer.
No, that is so
There was
scary.
no way that was 1 second. I refuse to believe that was 1
yeah.
second. Ain't no way.
All right, gonna go for the side swoop here, just maintaining that corner positioning. Very important just to maintain that offensive advantage, but gonna bait the DP, but no punish, no!
No, no. It was blocked. You gotta remember, it was blocked. It was a it's very fine to not punish a character like Adachi's DP being blocked. The sheer amount of options he could go into when you try to punish him, such as Ghastly Whale, Mandala, Heat Riser, Atom Smasher. It's really scary. It's totally fine to just wait to see what they do next. See if they do something else.
That is actually true, yes. But there you go. Flood going to be taking the first game right here against Jordan.
Yep. One of the things that happened in that match that we totally forgot about, it's just the fact that Margarula does so much chip if you block it. It could really change a life lead if the timer is real. If it's really coming down to the wire and you really need the health advantage, throw out Margarula. They block it, boom. Look at all of that chip damage that they gave them earlier. It's it's scary. Not only that, you still have to block the mix during it too. And if you jump, that's an air unblockable. That's an air unblockable right there.
Yeah, the air blockable setup after Margarula. Margarula is such a very scary super to have on deck. And like when normally Yukari is an awakening, that is a very, very scary super to just be caught blocking.
Yep.
Here we go. Already we're just seeing both players jockeying for space right here. Blood gonna be able to get first blood here, but still not much happening just yet as Jordan gets the throw here. Nice DP, gonna take the corner advantage for themselves, but no blocking the DP.
Yep. No blocking the DP. The unblockable.
Insane. Oh, what a crazy conversion unit. No.
Yep.
Blood's just so consistent with getting these JB conversions. Like, whenever you get hit with a Blood is almost guaranteed to take you to the corner and pads of burst right there.
Jordan is now in Awakening, so it's one of those things that really, well, it may not matter now if Flood does in fact take it. So one of the things that's still really scary is you gotta remember in this game, until someone's dead, they can always come back, especially if they have meter. You see someone meter, be wary of your options.
Absolutely, absolutely. Meter really does make a big difference in this game. Just the options that characters get with meter, like both of these characters, especially too, like when they have meter, they have access to some super duper powerful stuff. Like Adachi with access to the Heat Riser or Mandala buffs and Awakening, as well as just like Yukari having access to Margarula, which is an awakening too. Like having meter.
Magarula,
just
EX
change a lot of
Flip.
stuff, yeah.
And that's not even to mention the fact that Adachi has a frame zero command grab where you have to jump it before it even happens. Yeah, he not even a character, just a character strike though, having a traditional grappler super too. It's one of those things that doesn't always come into play. You really have to keep that in mind if it's really low HP. They are really closing out with it.
Absolutely. Well, speaking of closing out, you know, Flood really close to closing out right here. You know, this straight hit confirmed. Exactly what they needed. And Flood already going to be up 2 games again. You know, I may have been talking too much earlier at the beginning of the set. You know, winning the last set, you know, maybe Flood has all the notes they have written down. Maybe they already got the download. They got those fiber optics on Jordan. They got everything they need to take them out of this tournament and challenge Hero once again.
Yep.
What a pain in the ass.
One of the things you always really just have to do when it starts really getting just later and later into like tournaments, you really have to adapt. You can't be losing to the same thing multiple times. And Flood is really really positioning themselves just differently enough that it's really uncomfortable for Jordan to move around the map as easy. Like, notice how even though he clipped them with the JC, he still didn't. They still got put back in the neutral.
And here we go. Already Jordan pinned relatively close to the corner now, so it's going to be really hard to jockey out for space, but they're still making use of the air dashes and the JC. Just Gary Flood has just been backing up, but a bit too much as they get negative penalty now.
Negative penalty. Oh, this might make a huge difference if they get opened up there.
Oh, no, but they were able to just narrowly survive.
Yep.
So yeah, for newer players not in the know, negative penalty is a mechanic that discourages you from running away too much, because if you do it, you get a debuff on yourself that'll essentially make you take more damage. So something you want to avoid getting if you can't help it. Oh, here we go, Margarula. What's the mix? Overhead, okay. But gonna do a delayed version, so you're not gonna see conversion on the super. Look at the damage.
Or a JA start. Look at the damage.
3.3k. I love seeing those numbers go up.
Yep.
Too much.
3.3k on a JA starter. Debatably one of the worst starters in any game ever. Consistently. Always bad in most games.
Not for Yukari, no.
Not for Yukari. Suggestion. Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
Flood is putting Jordan in the hurricane, the Bagarula hurricane.
The eye of the storm, as you could say, yes, but you know, Jordan is looking to fight his way out of the Sharknado here, using the JC to at their disposal, making great use of just staying in the air. And I really love how Jordan is just super jumping, but not air dashing too much. Just like it's a really safe way to approach against a lot of the arrows too, because Yukari doesn't have a traditional air unblockable anti-air, but you know, doesn't even matter. You got caught one last time, and there you go.
Yep, that's all it takes.
Taking Jordan out 3-0.
That's all it takes. It's just one of those things of just the Yukari B normals are so fast, and you're not ready for the real estate it's about to take up and what you're going to receive for getting hit in state too. You get hit by one straight one, and that's just a normal B&B around these parts. Now we're going to be seeing a nice grand finals run back between Hero and Flood. Flood is going to have to, because this is in fact a double elimination, Flood to take this tournament is going to have to win 2 sets in a row.
Yeah, so this is going to be an uphill battle, but you know, last time both Hero and Flood were playing. Actually, no, yeah, Hero washed last time, 3-0. So I really do wonder how this is going to go. Like previously in the past, you know, there would be a lot more evenly matched, but honestly, with the way they were playing in winners finals, I definitely think it could go very differently, potentially, because it's like Flood definitely does have a really good grasp on the matchup and just like mitigating how much Hero can capitalize off of Orgia. But it's just like at the same time, it's like you're trying to stop a bullet train with your bare hands at this time sometimes when she's in Orgia, and you're not gonna always stop it. It's like you're gonna just get smacked the fuck out.
Yep. Not only that, but you gotta be real real careful because Orgia just not only does it just smack you up and do so much damage, but it really gives her access to some crazy neutral options that no one else in the game really can. Like, honestly, most characters really can't deal with some of the options she gets. It's really hard to deal with things like missiles. Missiles is really hard to deal with.
Yeah, missiles was a really big problem for Flood last time in the sense. It's like being able to like know your options just to avoid blocking them in the first place is so critical because when you block them, you put yourself in a really bad position. Oh, what a great to be into Orgia here. Alright, but nice blocks here. Those blocks really come in handy for Flood, but unfortunately the DP gonna get narrowly whip punished here.
Oh, using the dash through, which I guess actually has access to while in Orgia. Oh man, it's looking like Hero is cleaning up right now. Oh, but it looks like Flood is actually turning it around.
Alright, nice conversion here.
Oh, but it drops, but they didn't tech.
And air throw reset. Alright, another mother. What's the mix up here? Okay, overhead into the low here. Gonna force Hero to use the burst here.
For anyone who is not aware, Kari actually has a standing low with 5A. One of the rare standing low 5A. It's really, really big for Magaru.
Oh, extreme
Morgana mode. Okay.
Once in a blue scenario.
Yep. It's another Hero classic. Hero always really keeps this in the back of their mind. It's really, really, really good for turning around the game. But true Guillermo can only be done with 150 meters.
And you need to run out of bullets too as well.
Yeah, I mean, you do, but honestly, that's not too hard in a matchup like this.
Absolutely, yeah. It's just like you already see that like she's already nearly like half of her full capacity of bullets. Like she starts up at 120 and down to 78 already. Have to use a lot of bullets just to like maintain space control against a character like Yukari.
Yep.
But speaking of which, what a great to be here. I'm gonna be able to get the pressure and the offense going here, but still in overheat, so can't do any crazy mix-ups just yet. And now Flood Sand gonna be taking advantage of this. Gonna go for the mix-up here. Nice block on the low, but does not block the 5A. Standing lows are so broken.
Oh, here we go. This might be death. Oh yeah, this is death.
Tying up the rounds 1-1 here.
Yep. This is one of the things that's really, really big in this matchup. It's just the sheer amount of punishment that Yukari can deal at the moment that Aigis overheats. It's just like goes in, has a bunch of really big buttons. Aigis doesn't have the tools anymore.
Oh, adverse. Yes.
You hate to see it. You hate to see it.
That's gonna be first game going to Flood here now. The tides of fate could be changing here. This is not going to be a 3-0. This is going to be a match, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. There are just a bunch of things you really just have to keep in mind while you're fighting Yukari. Is just Yukari, like, as Aigis does have better tools in multiple situations against Yukari. But unlike Yukari, Aigis is limited on using those tools while Yukari isn't. So when it really comes down to a wire, at multiple times it becomes an endurance battle of, will Yukari really burn out Aigis in a certain regard and then exploit that aspect of their kit being done?
Yeah, absolutely. But here we go. Already Flood just like trying to retreat as best as they can and just harassing with arrows just to try to mitigate how Hero can just like let them waste their bullets. Don't really let them utilize Orgia all that much. Playing the resource game really well here, and now they're gonna put them into the corner here.
Yep.
And
silence them.
Block on the overhead.
They can't burst. Now they can.
Oh, but Missiles is coming and eats all of them. Yum, yum, yum.
Missiles. We like damn. Oh my god.
Oh my god. That was a lot of damage. Ouch.
Alright.
Alright, props
Flood has
now.
Flood has put Hero in Awakening. Will it matter?
Nope.
I do not think it will, as they're dead! They're dead!
You don't have what it takes to beat.
All right, here we go. Off to round two. You know, Flood has been making such a huge difference compared to the last time. I think maybe they figured out how they need to approach this matchup because, like, they very nearly were on the cusp of figuring it out last time, but unfortunately got 0-3. But now everything could change here. But again, here, as I say this, Hero is just doing an amazing job of just maintaining offense here and just doing as much as they can when it's time to go in with that Orgia gauge.
Yep. Flood is in fact really using their tools in a much better way than it was before. One of the bigger ones that they're doing is using a lot more air on Magaru to really just set up the situation where, like, Igus just has to make a decision between either blocking the Magaru, blocking the arrows getting shot, or blocking the arrows getting shot from the Magaru. It's really hard for Igus to deal with if it gets set up, which they are consistently setting it up.
And now Flood up 2-0 against Hero. Now Hero is going to have to make some very big adjustments or else we're going to be seeing a bracket reset. So I definitely feel like, oh, we're going to see a character swap? No.
Maybe.
This has to be taunting. There's no way you're going to pick. I don't think Hero has a Yosuke. I've never seen it before.
He's thinking about it. He might be trolling, but he's thinking about it at least. I can't blame him.
I think
when
he's
you
just using
lose-
this time to just recollect his thoughts.
Yeah, you got to think about it this way. Whenever you're in grand finals and you lose 2 matches in a row, I won't lie, you start thinking a little irrationally. You start making some weird decisions. You start going, I might swap I might just swap character. I might just start using this button that sucks. That's really what starts happening when you lose multiple matches in a row with the pressure of grand finals. Now, when you take a break, like Hero did, just a small little breathing room to think about it, maybe they'll really be able to mentally recuperate, make a lot more rational decisions, know more of when they should be taking their opportunities. One of the things I'm noticing is that they are using a bit less of 2B where they would have used it before. Maybe they're thinking more of lines of when they should be using bullets.
Yeah, for sure. But
Like, notice how much less they're using 2B that they used to.
that might be the adjustment that Hero might need to make here, but still, they're gonna have to work on this life deficit here, and just got sniped out of the Orgia flight here. The no-fly zone, Mr. Hero.
Yep. It looks like they have returned to the 2B. Look what happened to your Nietzsche when you stopped using it. You
There we
came
go.
crawling back.
Has found the answer to missiles now, was just able to just avoid it entirely by just making great use of flips just to, like, jump right over them and not have to deal with it. But what the air throw? It's gonna be the hit that Hero needed. Oh, but misses the grenades here. Oh, bad move on them, but still able to just make it back just fine.
Yep.
Reese
one of
is
the-
near imminent.
So one of the things about like Hero like chilling out and using 2B is actually not extremely beneficial, as 2B was consistently before clipping Yukari and her persona, but now that they were very much being more reluctant to do it, Yukari got to really run away neutral and do things they weren't able to do before. Not only that, but due to them using it less, they were completely removing from Extreme Orgia mode even being thought of an option on the table.
Yeah, absolutely.
But now that they're reusing it again, they're really starting to, at least they're not being more aware of the benefits of it in this match.
All right, but with a bit of work and oil grease, Hero was finally able to get in here, but still not able to make too much happen as Blood still has a major life lead against them. But Orgia mode is on deck here, but still not able to make much use of it, I'm afraid.
Yep.
Nice throw.
Oh, no.
Skip for the conversion, going to force Hero to burst.
Yep.
All right, nice persona break. Gonna definitely to really limit how Yukari is going to be able to zone against Hero. And Hero can use this. It's not going to happen.
No, after they persona break, they proceeded to still play as if they were going to immediately start using the tools they didn't have, instead of going in while they saw the chance.
The bracket reset.
Yep, bracket reset.
So now
I really do think Flood is getting Hero's head right now. Hero is actively really thinking way, way, way more about 2B than before, and it's just seemingly way out of the flow with that move. And that move really, really matters in this matchup. You cannot not. You cannot not. You have to know.
Not use it. Yeah.
You have to know where and when to use it and be using it, because it's the reason Igus is really performing well in this match of being able to really shut down Yukari is the amount of zoning and anti-zoning happening that's just outright better than Yukari in the situations they're in. Hopefully the reset did a nice mental reset on Hero.
Yeah, because now the stakes are going to be bigger. As although Hero did not get any wins last set, they still just need to win 3 in order to take the tournament. So cannot count Hero for them just yet. And look at this offense here from Hero, just not able to escape the corner at all and winning with a perfect.
Yep, putting them nice and in the vortex. Really, really remembering that. I guess at the end of the day, can still just put you in the vortex and kill you. One of the things that Hero really seems to be capitalizing on now, and probably will try to do in the rest of the set, is really capitalize on the fact that once they're in, it's still Igus. It's still hard to block. It's still doing so much damage. Like, why am I moving around trying to Kari? Why don't I just get in and just mix her out of her boots? It seems to, well, it was working, but now that the tables have turned, look at this damage. Oh my.
Oh,
this is, oh no.
But no punish.
No punish. Magaru.
For the conversion.
It seems like Flood really is a fan of whenever blocking anybody, whenever.
Oh no!
They didn't block the second one. Didn't block the second one. I hold my breath because they would.
Flash on that super. So I can blame them.
Yeah. So one of the things that Flood really, really likes to do is if they block a DP, it's kind of let the DP rock. See if their opponent is really gonna super cancel. And you know what? They're like okay with resetting the neutral that way instead of taking the risk of eating a nice reversal super. Reversal supers do a lot of damage in this game. I can completely understand, especially with having a character with neutral this strong, why take the risk at times.
Absolutely, for sure. What a great first game. Hero finally getting a game on the board.
Yep. Ooh.
But still have a lot of work to be done here. As I guess both players taking a bit of a mental break here, just rethinking their strategies, recontextualizing, or thinking about what they need to do here in order to take more games here and to secure their wins here in the Melvin Monthly number 5.
Yep. Hero is probably right now really, really keeping in mind the strengths that their character still has, and the fact that they're like really thinking, why am I playing Yukari's game? Why am I playing Yukari's game? I should just run in, do my thing, and when she's doing her thing, do the counters, but I don't want to stay there. I don't want to stay there anymore. I'm losing while I'm there.
Please leave it to me.
They're like becoming way more conscious of just how much resources they're spending on something that isn't really making them win like that. Like Yukari, like although Igus does get nice conversions off it, Yukari just consistently is getting conversions off it and always wants to do it. Junesty. But
this is battle. This is battle music. This is war music right here.
This is the grand finals. This is like I don't know. This is like the music I hear whenever I see two people get at a fight at a gas station, bro.
I'm second.
Which I won't lie, those battles can be crazy. I won't lie. They be doing some crazy
music right here, you know. If I heard this playing and I was going against the final boss, I'd be scared.
This is like the theme I put on for the battle of the last pack of Newports. Like, I wouldn't. This is not what I would have in mind for grand finals. I'll say this: this music should help the players actually relax. Music that you hear in grand finals can actually make a huge difference on your mental.
Absolutely, yeah. Being able to choose the songs, for example, it's very strong power to have at your arsenal.
Yeah, especially
Honestly, because it's like, whoever chose this, you know, they was cooking. They was on to something.
yeah. And it's actually way more relevant in a game like this specifically too, as this game's soundtrack is actually a direct port soundtrack from a normal game. And that really matters because there are songs in the original games of like Persona 3 and 4 that explicitly are built to give anxiety. For example, there's a song called Crisis built explicitly to give you anxiety. Or something like Junes. Pretty gagged song, to be honest.
Nah, this song is meant to inspire the warrior souls of both of these players here. That is what the Junes theme is for.
So,
you see,
I think Flood is... never mind, I was about to say Flood really has health leading. But Flood is just going to take it normally.
Yep. And you know, almost with the time there, 6 seconds left on the clock there.
Yep. Round start roll to get around to 2B.
Yeah, and it's
Nice,
gonna be really
premeditated.
Bloody Wheel get the mix, but nice block of the low, but does not block the 5A again. You know, standing lows are so saucy in this game because you don't expect somebody to go low when they're standing. You expect them to go crouching with you, but not Yukari here. And the back burst.
Notice how much Hero is committing to reversals, regardless of the fact that Yukari is not even. I talk about this before of you've got to really, really think about when you're doing the whenever you're doing the reversal, you got to keep in mind, is this even possible to land right now? And neither the burst nor the DP were even able to land at all.
Absolutely, yeah. Just a very, very interesting scenario to get yourself caught in.
Ooh, very, very.
All right, tying up the games 1-1. The games are looking so much more even now. Thank you, Glad, for defending me in Twitch chat. You know, Quidman questioned me that standing lows aren't saucy. You gotta
standing lows are saucy. Keep scrolling.
It's so like somebody who doesn't have a standing low. Sucks to be you.
Yep, standing lows, they're crazy. They go crazy. But one of the things about this character standing low is the fact that it's a 5A is really big. Because there are a lot of standing lows that exist, like just in general. But your 5A being a standing low is really, really strong. Because as soon as you land, your opponent has to get, like, not that they have to super guess, but it's way more vague if you're doing it standing overhead or not, because you have a standing low available. Just those couple of like seconds where you really, or microseconds where you really have to think about, is that the overhead? Is that the standing low? Just like that, got opened up. You didn't hear me, but I snapped.
It really synergizes well with Yukari's kit, because when she puts you up in those mix-up situations after the flip arrow, it can just be like, dang, I know I gotta guess.
Yep.
Oh, but speaking of guess, you know, Flood guessed it right on that overhead here and able to just DP out, not having any of it there.
Yep. So now Hero really should try to take advantage of the fact that Yukari has no persona, and finally they used 5D to get in. One of the things that really you need to take advantage of against Yukari is if you persona break her, you have to try to get her. You have to try to get her. I mean, it doesn't mean run without thinking, because, you know, but it means this is your time to get in. This is your time to do things. And well, as you can see, there now that Hero's in, Hero's damage. Hero's doing damage. This did not kill.
But one mix-up will take it.
Yep. The dash through mix.
All right, here we go. Up into round 2 right here. Nice JC, but not able to get the second hit to pop it up. That button is a very, very strong air button, especially with that second hit. It's like, it's so huge.
Yep. Notice how that Magaru just moves into the stratosphere just so slowly. It's so hard to like really get it's actually a pretty good reversal option if you see your opponent backing off as Yukari. It just takes up so much space that just you're up. Nice air throw on it. That's what you gotta air throw missiles. I did not know you could play. I did not know you could duck Magaru. That's a first. What?
The sweep low profile.
What is? Oh my God, we got short queens in this in this tournament. Why are so many people ducking over things?
You know, a question that we have to ask another time, as we gotta answer a bigger question. Who's gonna win this match right here? It's both these players up around here. They're up a game here. One of these players could be coming up 2-1 here. That's gonna be really, really huge, but I don't know. It might be Hero, because look at Flood's health.
Hero's putting the vortex on. Hero's definitely putting the vortex.
Oh, nice. The overhead.
But the DP that lets them get out of the corner really lands.
It is really interesting how Flood just like always know when to anticipate the overheads from Hero and just blocks in time. It's just been rather challenging for Hero to open up Flood at times.
Hero unable to convert now has pushed Flood into Awakening. This can make a huge difference. All right.
Let's flip over. Just not going to deal with any of that.
I'm not even going to think about it. Missiles are behind me. Society has moved past missiles. Whoa, almost putting them into Awakening. Okay. Almost had the burst bit on it. Magarula, unblockable. But still able to convert 2 off of it. And Flood's able to take the game.
Blocking Magarula in the air, yeah, so dangerous, because like, yeah, you get blocked in the air, yeah, there's no mix-up to like potentially blocking you'll be safe from. It's just like, no, you're cooked.
Yeah. It's one of those things that in every other like neutral super like that, you usually want to jump just so you don't have to block, you know, high low. This is one of the few characters, the moment you jump and block this, it's Jover. You already gave it up. Air unblockable right there. And it's air unblockable on top of the chip. So you are taking the damage.
So now, Hero here really just thinking here, like, what they have to do. Or no, here we go. No more thinking. They're already prepped now. They got their face ready. Oh, they got the song on random. Okay, that's why. That's why we got you next time.
Yep. Will they keep it on random? I don't know.
I guess so.
Yep. They looked like they were thinking about it. But yeah.
Let's decide the final song.
So Flood might actually completely reverse the whole set. If they win this. They can really come out of loop, which is entirely possible.
I should be careful.
Although it is still a bit too early to tell. Anything can happen with how both of these players have been able to go left and right. Hero able to get a game on the board now in this set, you know.
Whoa, what?
Potentially, but oh my God.
I did not know Magaru could even do that. That's, wow. Oh, wow.
I've been learning a lot today. Also, I really like how Flood was just like being aggressive whenever Hero pulled out the shield there. Just knew that you got the shield up, it's time to just run in. Like right here again, it's time to air dash it. It's time to just make that shield a non-problem and get some work done.
Yep. The fact that Flood is like really jumping between being really aggressive and not being aggressive, and like just kind of, well, they're always aggressive, but where they're aggressive is varying so much is really actually something I never thought about. That is a huge exploit on the way Igus deals with Yukari. It's just Igus has these pretty huge committal buttons. So like if you just jump in and like instead of just being full screen, like you could really catch Igus or her pants down and just really just punish her for doing basically what she should have been doing in the first place if you had just kept zoning. Like look at this. If that was just a little, if they did just a little bit earlier, they would have super cupped them on the miss.
Yeah, absolutely. And here we go. This is going to be lights out for Flood here.
Oh no, they dropped. Oh no, Hero dropped. This might be bad. This might be really bad. In fact, timer's almost up.
That could have been a Margarula.
Yeah. I thought that was gonna be Magarula, honestly.
Yeah, me too. It's just the roll, just the awareness from Hero, just to not get caught by that was huge.
Yep. Also, one other thing about Magaru that's really relevant is Magaru only is on screen if Yukari does not get contacted. If she gets contacted by any hitbox at all, it goes away. And that's really important for how good of a neutral tool it is. And with Aegis having 2B. So if the 2B just connects Yukari, Magaru, gone. Dunzo. Erased from reality, you may say. And it's looking like Hero might be able to actually take this game.
You know, it can still be too early to say because, you know, anything can happen, especially with Flood being an Awakening. We can see that health bar just disappear and get shredded really quickly once Flood can, like, find the right hit they need to turn this around. But this game has been going relatively slow. What an air throw.
Oh, Flood should also be really, really careful. They are, in fact, only at one card. Oh, no. This is it? Oh, yeah, this is it.
This is it, yeah. Didn't even need the meter.
Didn't even need it.
Here we go, tournament.
That was all burst. That was all burst safe.
This could be tournament point for Flood, depending on how this is played out.
Yep.
All right, we're gonna go over missiles. Ignore all of that silliness.
Oh, they both ready to meet each other exactly where they were going to be.
Oh, nice air-to-air here from Hero here. This is gonna be a great situation, but unfortunately does have to mode change, so no crazy mix just yet. Oh, Persona broken.
Persona broken. Will Hero be able to capitalize on this, or will they just sit full screen?
I don't think Persona break is that bad for Yukari, because like worst case she just loses her auto aim. Yeah, already she's got the cards back. It's good to go. Like she can find just fine. I don't think she has to go. She's good.
Yeah, it's less of I think it's really the worst thing ever, and more of in this. Oh no!
This burst is it. This burst is it. Cut you off, but yeah. Tournament game.
Best tournament game.
Here, wow.
Flood really running it back all the way from losers. This is why you never give up in double elimination tournaments. You never give up. You can always run it back.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, we just got such an amazing tournament here. We got a lot of people that showed up for it, and just like, wow, we got a lot of sick games in here.
Yep. I'm very happy. I had water on standby. My throat was killing me at one point. I was getting obliterated. There were so many things happening, so many things to talk about, so many matchups, so many players. And I won't lie, I was trying to talk about all of it. It fascinates me. All of it. I love it. Do you have any closing thoughts, Flash?
Honestly, not really. I pretty much gave out all of the ones I have. So, thank you everybody for tuning into stream and watching the amazing tournament. I don't want to like keep y'all fellas here for too long because I know y'all got stuff to do. Y'all got places to be. But before y'all go, I think that we had something to shill, right, Melvin?
I did not plan on playing it.
Oh, not playing it, but just talking about it. Yeah.
Yes. So I wanted to give a shout out to Gribblekin's AMV he made, posted in chat. It was really sick, and I think you should check it out.
Yeah, unfortunately, it would have been more thematically appropriate if Hero won, but that is just not how fate turned out to be. But it is a really cool Aegis CMV that you can take a watch at if you're itching for some more Persona content. So please give that a look and support our fellow players.
Yep. Oh, also when it comes to shilling too, check out my YouTube channel. I have a bunch of Persona videos too if you want to see those. I do other content, but I'd highly recommend checking out the Persona content on it too. I will get in the chat in a second.
Yeah, no, Glad's content, hilarious. If you have not seen Glad's YouTube videos before, y'all need to do that right now.
Oh, thank you.
Wonder Swan. It already has a W at the start, but let's put another one there. We'll Wonder Swan.
Yep. Congratulations to Flood for taking it.
That's right. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and dip. Thank you, Melvin, for having both me and Glad here on commentary. It's been a blast commentating for the Melvin Monthly and getting to watch these amazing matches.
Yep. I had an amazing time.
Yeah. And with that, y'all have a good night now. Later.